right now. What's going on, everyone? Let's do it.
Thanks, mate. Right, so the story so far is updated, so all the way up to last week. If you're wanting to catch up on anything other than last week, then there's a little sheet that you can find, which has all of the chapters. But in terms of last week, chapter 5, you guys were at the Great Hollow Tree, which belongs to Poo Cake's family and the Satyr people of half goat, half humanish looking creatures. They speak like that. You had a wonderful hearty feast. I told you that indigestion was going to kick in.
It did.
Kill him.
It did right there.
I knew it.
Tiger inhaled tacos before we started. It's like 2 minutes and they were done.
He did. He fucking deep-throated those things.
Now he's paying the price.
I got tummies in the other room.
Talking of a hearty feast, you guys had a hearty feast with the Satyr people. You had a big old feast of mountain cat steaks and drinking and stuff. Clutch won it big great. on the dice rolling game with a few nobles. Won a big old purse of silver. That is no doubt extremely heavy because it's just a purse of metal that he's carrying around. What else happened? Talos made some eyes at Pith. Chaplain spoke to Mr. Suna, who warned of something incredibly powerful and dark heading this way. But most importantly, Poo Cakes was summoned to a nearby lake known as the Sparkling Lake, and assumed it was his brother that had called him there because it's an area they used to hang out with when they were kids. As he runs off, the rest of the group see the illusionary version of the little dog known as the Grand Chan, who is, of course, also a very powerful wizard, sort of kind of interested in Poo Cakes, taking him on as an apprentice or something like that.
The best dog ever.
He panicked, running around, gets you to follow him out, and you guys run after Poo Cakes. Poo Cakes, of course, is confronted by his slightly younger brother of the two, not the king, Prince Cernic, brother. And
it's been too long.
It's been too long. Poo Cakes, of course, walked up, raised a Soakum pistol, and said to him, "Why do you keep calling me brother?" And then a Metal Gear appeared at the tree, and that's where we ended the end. No,
you're gonna confuse people with that.
We have quite. We have so many. There's enough Metal Gear references in this game anyway. We've literally got a medieval Solid Snake in it. So I mean, copyright just as someone who's simple. I don't know what you're talking about. It's just a hardened snake. Anyway.
Tell me about this hardened snake.
Poo Cakes and Prince Cernic ended up getting into a bit of a Barney, having a bit of Barney rubble trouble. Cernic looked a little evil. He had some yellowing to his eyes. He looked very sunken. He looked older and aged in some way. Yet Poo Cakes was like, "Fuck this, bitch! I'm gonna kill him." Just straight up attacked him, and they got into a big old fight. When you guys finally arrived to help Poo Cakes, he summoned a bunch of specters and started using all this dark necromancy and all these kind of nasty spells to try and keep you away. Eventually, I think Poo Cakes, did you get the killing blow with a thingy majiggy?
I did. I did it with key blasts.
Key blast, yeah. So you actually killed him. You struck him dead with a spell, and it was at that point that the little illusionary figure of the Grand Chan looked panicked, turned around, and then was immediately dispelled away by another person, another creature, something of great power. And pretty much that's what we'll
Something of great power.
Perfect.
Of great power. If you're good to go, if you guys are good to go.
I'm in, man. We back.
Yeah.
We back to normal.
I'm not ready.
Wait, before we start, did you have fun at PAX?
I did. I had a wonderful time at PAX. I met a lot of really cool people.
Did anyone talk about our D&D while you were out there?
Yes. Yeah, I had a lot of people who were like, "So when is Fractured Worlds?" I was like, well, considering that I'm here, they're not gonna do it now, but definitely, today. And people were like, I'm really looking forward to it. I had some people come up and be like, I watched literally everything. Yes. I caught up in a week. They watched all the videos. They watched all the VODs.
Which is actually ridiculous because if you think of it, 10 episodes is 40 hours.
it's a fuck ton of time. So thank you to people who were catching up on videos and stuff and all the backstory. Really, really super cool of you guys. And it was awesome to meet fans of the campaign and just meet fans in general. It was good. It was a good time.
Sweet.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I wouldn't watch it all.
I wouldn't watch it.
Fucking hardcore. Imagine, oh my god, I couldn't listen to myself for 40 hours or whatever.
Dude, I know.
Real
Could you
quick.
imagine watching?
My spell sheet is all messed up.
It's because you let that match prematurely.
Got him.
In what way? In what way? Tell me.
It's like telling me I have spells that I know I don't have, so I'm just gonna fix it myself.
As in you spell
Or did
slots?
something change? Did you change something?
Nope.
Without me knowing it?
Nope.
All right. Nope. Okay then. I fixed
Your
it.
thing has been kind of jacked for a couple of weeks, and we really
Yeah, it
need to
hates
remember
me.
that
It hates.
to try and fix it. What you can do, Tiger, write them all down. Write all the spells you have down, delete them, and drag them back in,
That's what I was thinking.
because that should refresh it. All right. If it doesn't work, dude, then we'll just look it up and roll the old-fashioned way. Remember, we use these sheets like they are straight-up cheat sheets. We should be rolling like dice, and we don't. We just click a button.
We're
John remembers. Do you remember back in the day, John, when we did our first campaign, and it was like
space.
What do I roll, Brad? Jesus Christ.
Yep. Oh God, those are the days.
it was just like constantly
So
like I don't know,
awkward.
John.
So what
have no
do I
idea.
roll now?
What do I roll?
Oh,
Why
man.
am I adding 3 to it? That's your proficiency bonus. What is that? I don't know. I'm a new DM.
Dude,
as well.
I still don't know what a proficiency bonus is. Like, you explain it to me every time, and I'm like, big number, small number,
when
what
you're
is
good
this?
at something, when you are trained in something, you would have a proficiency bonus. So you in real life would have a proficiency bonus in like streaming and voice acting. And
Oh, thank you.
Well,
skills,
would that be performance?
skills that you have. Well, exactly,
Performance.
yeah. But it would
Yeah.
be, but you would have a proficiency bonus to it. So it's like a way to give you skill, and your proficiency bonus depends on your level. At the moment, you're level 8, so you have a proficiency
Plus
bonus
3.
+3.
And we just added our experience, so I think we're good, yeah?
We should be at 37,285. Does someone have that number?
They have a lot of XP. The highest
Yes.
group
We
I
are-
have ever
Yes.
DM for.
That's
Most-
so exciting.
Let's
Ruin it.
fucking
Let's
go.
get higher.
The most hardcore group. They are
Can you
super
take me
strong. All right, so let's begin again.
To a place where. Go ahead.
That was good. Joe's good, Joe.
Enjoy that good mood, because
Oh shit.
in front of you is a horrible, terrible creature.
What? I thought he was cool.
No,
He was a
what? I
little
thought he was
cool.
a bro.
He was
Yeah.
evil Rafiki. How is that cool?
He is at best evil Rafiki. So heading down the path in front of you guys, while Chaplain, you I think are holding the body of Cernic. Is that
Yeah.
right? You're carrying the body of Cernic. You guys probably look a little beaten up. I think you guys took a little bit of a beating from the fight, specifically Clutch.
Yep.
I think you got kind of.
I thought I healed him.
You did, yeah, but you'd still be dirty from your own blood.
Yeah.
And a little bit tired, but you guys turn and you see walking towards you a baboon, a very small little figure. He does have a robe over him. He's clutching a staff, and but he's moving. He's not like struggling to walk. He's using the staff as if he might be some sort of caster of some kind. Though he looks very grey-haired, quite old-looking even for a baboon. His hair is very matted. He looks like he doesn't necessarily care what he looks like. One of his eyes is completely destroyed with a huge scar across it. He looks a little like this.
Oh god.
Bam! Thank
Oh
you.
my god.
Yeah, dude.
Thank you to Vertigo Gaming for commissioning this
No
one.
way!
Did he really?
Dude, that's sick.
Legit!
I feel like Vertigo is the absolute #1 fan of Fractured Worlds. It's just crazy that he's like a top quality streamer and YouTuber as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I spoke to him the other day and he was like, I'm gonna watch it all again. I was like, dude, no.
He loves it. That's awesome. That's so
That's
sick.
wonderful.
So he went
I,
and got an image of this baboon. The baboon is heading towards you guys, and he stops a little ways ahead of you, rests his staff, which has like a ram's skull at the top, in the dirt, and says towards you as a group, not to anyone in particular, he says, I am going to need you to quickly and calmly hand over the vial containing the blood of the creatures you call the younglings.
I pull the vial out, and I look at him and I go, this vial?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
No, just... Am I allowed to get closer to you? Is that okay? Are you going to zap me with some shit?
No, I would quite like to avoid forcing your hand.
While we're at it, you look pretty powerful there, sir.
Thank you very much.
Think you can teach me anything?
He takes a little step forward and then he points his little staff towards the chaplain and the body of Cernic and says, I think you already have a master. You have killed my apprentice.
No, I don't really want you to be my master. I just want you. Your staff looks really cool, and you look really cool. I mean, I'll give you this stuff because it's not that important, but Can I ask why you want it? I mean, we don't want any trouble here. Like, we've already taken care of my brother, but who are you? Can I ask? And could you tell me what you plan to... I'm just curious.
Can I, but my detect, sense evil or whatever the hell that ability is called. Hold on, let me see.
Divine Sense?
Divine Sense, yeah. That's active right now. Is that,
How many of those do you get?
Actually, I'm going to activate it now. I have 3 more until I get a long rest. So he's in 40 feet of me. I'm using it right now to detect if he's evil or not.
Yeah. Fucking evil as shit. But
yeah, so,
he isn't anything weird. He is alive.
So this guy's bad
so
news.
I'm like
that you get an enormous sense of evil off of this dude.
And he's powerful, right? Like we get powerful sense off him, or we can't tell.
Not necessarily.
If he's a strong evil, I can tell. I'm like, Poo-Poo, what are you doing? Don't go near him.
Well, I mean,
Poo-Poo,
I look at the group and I go, I look at him and I go, I'm going to give you this, but could you do me a favor? Are you just going to leave after we give you this? Will you be gone?
The baboon holds a little hand forward for the vials and then says, I will also be needing my apprentice back.
Hold on. But that's my brother. Can we make a deal?
No, we're not making a deal with him.
He looks up at you. He's a little smaller than you. He looks up and says, I am listening.
So you want this vial and you want your apprentice back, who is my brother, who obviously my brother is going to find out what happened and then want to bury him properly. Is there a way that we can, I guess, take his body and give him a burial, then let you know where the body will be or something? Because I don't personally care about this piece of shit brother of mine, but my other brother probably will.
The baboon kind of laughs a little and then looks up at you again. I assure you, he will not be dead for long.
I assumed that much, but I did ask you a question. What do you plan to do with this vial?
That is my business.
Well, you don't want to share with a fellow wizard?
Wizard. At best, you are a pretender.
Oh, I heard it.
Oh, that's low.
Don't say
that's
that.
Low. Oh, wow.
He's gonna.
Poo-Poo, he's strongly evil, and he kind of just dissed you, so...
And I'm hurting a little bit, just so everybody knows I'm really hurt. Like, I should...
I'm holding the bottle in my
Clutch,
hand.
come up here.
Very softly, and I turn the bottle with my fingertips so I can shake it back and forth like this. And I look at him and go, that was not very nice. And I know that you could probably kill me and my friends, so I'm going to give you this bottle. But I'm going to remember this moment, and I lob the bottle over to him.
What? No!
No!
Can I Sacred Flame the fucking bottle?
Yeah, I guess you can. I don't see.
As soon as I hear him sacred flaming, I fucking take off sprinting away from this fuckboy.
Okay. I
am
that you're
literally running.
Give me the damage.
I am fucking way back here.
What?
16.
16. My connection to the server has been interrupted. Okay.
Yeah, mine
fine.
too. Mine too.
The bottle flies through the air. The little baboon's little tiny clawed hand reaches up to grab for it, and then suddenly this sacred flame launches through the air. The radiant light strikes the vial and it explodes the glass. Then all of this liquid just completely all over the place. Hoover, you said you're jumping out of the way.
I jump out of the way to the point where I'm like super far away, and when I get back there, I yell at the baboon and go, I have nothing to do with what just happened!
We are so screwed.
Why would
The vial of blood splashes across the baboon's face, and he you see him kind of shaking for a moment, and then the liquid kind of dribbles down the front of his face, and then seems to kind of seep into his skin, and his eyes, which were yellowed, similar to that of Cernic, turn like a solid red.
I cast mirror image.
Clark.
No, what?
Give me an intelligence check or an investigation check.
As soon as moved up next to me, because I did ask him to move up. Hold on. I'm at level 2.
Yeah, I'm low, guys. Intelligence? You need my intelligence, right? Here you go.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. What I
14.
get?
14.
I got 14.
I'm just sitting on the side, like you see, like 4 of me
HP?
pop up.
Yeah. I healed you for
14
14
HP. So here's the thing.
Uh-oh.
Yes,
master.
I'm gonna need some initiative.
Oh,
I'm so happy I passed.
Into a fight.
I am so happy that I cast mirror image. Fucking Christ.
Yeah, I'm afraid this fucking baboon is about to lose his goddamn motherfucking mind.
Why would we blow that up? Chaplain, what do you? Do you know what it would do for him?
I don't know. It's the blood of an evil creature that fucking Poo Poo Cakes had, and I didn't know he had.
That's not that hard to get.
Apparently, it is hard to get. Those things are hard as fuck.
Oh,
But I'm just saying, like, for that thing strongly evil, I don't know what he was going to use that blood for, and I'm not going to let him use it.
He looks very upset with us right now.
Yeah, he looks
very upset.
He looks actually pretty happy.
He looks mental.
Yeah.
He looks fucking crazy.
Hold on.
Right, roll me them initiatives.
Get that initiative going. There we go.
Damn, you fat.
No, come on. He's gonna.
I'm just a heads up to my friend Chaplain. If you look down, my leg kind of looks a little bit broken. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Not the only person hurting a little bit.
You're way too far away for me to do anything about someone who would try to get.
I look at the baboon and I go, baboon, sir, I want nothing to do with this. And I shit you not, I have mirror image on, and I continue just to sit there, and I'm probably gonna walk away.
What?
Do you even have the spell slots for this? You caned a lot of your spell slots.
Yeah, I had one left, and I used it.
Poo Poo, you better get your army. I swear
He
to
is
God.
going to kill all of us. Look at him. He's going 28 days later
You
on
have
us
an
right
army
now.
in there. Go get him.
Wait, what happens 28
It
days
was like
later?
my last spell slot for anything higher than 1.
Oh my God.
So the baboon seems to lose kind of any composure. He keeps his staff curled in one hand, brings it underneath his body, and kind of gets down on all 4s, 3s, and then just launches forward. Sighting the first thing he sees, mouth open and foaming, he runs towards Pit.
Sorry.
He as soon as he like gets close to you, he just leaps into the air in front of you, bringing this staff up over his head, this ram skull staff, and then brings it down, attempting to hit you with this particularly special staff. He has 2 attacks, 16 and 22. What is your AC?
My AC, good sir, is it's motherfucking 20.
20. All right,
Yeah.
so he brings it down one way. You just about get like a.
Wait, wasn't it higher than that?
You have the armor on. It's higher than that. It was like 20. It was something.
21.
It's like 23.
All right, hold the
23.
fucking
It was
phone.
23.
While wearing armor, you get a bonus of to a AC of 1. Normally it's 19, so I get the +1. What does the armor give me? Did that
I
give
think
me
it gives
extra?
you 3. You should be at 23 last time I remember.
Yeah, I remember. Because I remember I gave you
If the
shield of
armor-
faith and you had an AC of 25 or some shit like that.
It was something above 23.
The armor you have defense, so it's whatever the armor gives you +1.
Let's not forget
What the fuck
that
does the
Pith
fucking
can't
armor give me?
die.
How do I not know this shit?
Maybe it's in here. Hold on.
Da-dee-doo-da-da. This is probably good to know.
Because you got a higher, because you had chainmail and you had like
Yeah.
scale mail or barding mail. What she have now?
Now she has plate.
I've
I
played,
think
yeah.
I think it's scale. I don't know.
No, it's not
it's
plate.
plate.
I remember. No, because the
plate.
dude.
It's
Splint.
the
It's
dude.
splint. It's
Splint.
plus.
Splint mail.
Oh, yeah,
It's
yeah.
+3 splint. So if we look up what splint.
That's 20
is,
plus 3.
I don't think.
I'm pretty
splint
sure it's
is
23.
It's either
Splint
21 or
gives you-
23.
Splint gives you an AC of 17.
Numbers.
Okay.
So that's a +3, which
20.
is 20, and then a
20.
+1 because you
21.
have defense as a fighter, so it's 21.
21.
So AC
Got
is
it. Bam.
21.
Boom.
Change it to, what we'll do is this. I think it's 19 in your other one.
Yeah, I changed it to 17.
Oh, I was going to say.
I just changed it, yeah. Okay.
So 21.
Yeah.
So one of these still hits. So you can bring up the shield, which hits the first time, and then the second time this thing brings the staff across the front of your head, and it just kind of bang hits you. It deals some bludgeoning damage to you.
Can I just say this? If we ever do this live, we need a live band for like fights and music.
Just going. That would be sick.
So
That would
sick.
seriously
Never
be
been
so
done.
epic.
Never been
That
done.
would
I don't
be
think.
so dope.
Ugh.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. I will pay through the teeth for that.
Oh, I will too.
Oh yeah.
Me too.
With our money
the,
combined.
the ram skull portion of this quarterstaff just hits you across the jaw. It deals 13 bludgeoning damage to your face. And then you see the ram
Saucy.
skull kind of glow a deep green as it attempts to cast some magic on you. But then the armor that you're wearing sucks in
Oh yeah.
the magic of the staff there, and the baboon on the ground kind of like shakes his head wildly. He's gonna make a whiz save. What was it? As he does so, he shakes his head, and you see the red of his eyes turn back to a yellow. He suddenly kind of takes note of his surroundings and says, "You, why have you done this to me? The
Thank
vial."
you. Busted my jaw.
He starts to like scrabble around and look about him. If we remain, you can choose to like leave combat because he was technically attacking you. But if you want to fucking take a pop at him, Clutch, then you can.
Wait, what did he say? I'm sorry.
He said, "Where's the vial?" and started looking around on the ground.
Where's the vial?
The vial that just got shot.
Yeah,
The
no.
vial that got shot, and then the blood hit him, and he went crazy.
But it exploded, correct? Like glasses
It
everywhere.
Yeah.
There's fucking no
There's not a
left.
vial. Okay, so he's just going a little crazy. All right, it seems like something has to do with this staff. I'm gonna actually just do a.
Oh wait, Elspeth, you have a shield.
I do.
Yeah, you get a +2 AC with your shield.
That's true. Your AC is 23.
23.
All right, well, we'll
Boom.
remember that. We'll remember
Wow,
that for next time.
There we go. There
Remember
we
that for
go.
next time. How the fuck? See, I
I
forget
knew my
about my
memory was
shield
good.
too. Thanks, McLaughlin.
All right, so
And
here's
thanks,
what I'm
Tiger.
Oh,
gonna do.
you're welcome.
I'm gonna look at him and just I stare into his stupid Rafiki face and I say,
I choose you.
Hunter's mark's now on him.
Fucking Christ.
I'm gonna run, let's head off into the, like away from them. I'm just gonna go like right over to here, turn around. As I'm running, I'm pulling out my bow and arrows, 2 arrows, turning around, firing them both right at his hand. I'm going for both the arrows to hit where he's holding his staff. How does he have his staff right now when I see him?
He's just kind of like down on the ground. He's got like his hand holding one staff.
Great. So I'm gonna
kind
can I see that hand from like where I ran to? Or probably not.
Are you trying to disarm him?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you can attempt to disarm him.
Okay, great. Let's do it. Where are you? There you are. Boom! Boom! Did they both miss?
Unfortunately, yes, they both missed.
Oh my god!
Two arrows from over where the 2 arrows just flip over this thing's head and disappear just into the distance beyond Poo Poo Cakes. Unfortunately, you do cast Hunter's Mark on him, but that is, I guess, the end of your turn, unless you want to move.
I'm just gonna move a little bit more. Let's see what I did. I was right next to Chaplain. I did 5. Let's go a little further up the trail. Do I before my turn ends, do I see anything around the vial, where the vial area, the blood? Nothing. It's just like blood on grass.
Yeah, there's not even any blood. The blood's like gone.
Okay.
It's like it's been absorbed into the grass. The area where the grass was, you're like a ranger, I guess you would notice this kind of thing because you're sick at tracking and stuff. The area where the vial seems to have landed, there's like smashed glass, and then some patches of like brown grass, like the area where it had landed has affected the grass.
Right.
And killed it, basically.
Cool. All right, it's the end of my turn.
That's the end. Pip.
Okay, so where is the baboon in relation to Pith right now? Like
Right in
how
front of
he's like
you.
right in front of me still?
Yeah.
Okay. And he's not pissed off, but Clutch is attacking him.
He's way more interested in like he looks a little confused because he's just appeared here as far as he's concerned, and then he's looking on the ground. He doesn't seem to be very concerned with you.
Okay, and Pith-
even the arrows launching over his head. He didn't
Got it. Now Pith notices this. Like she sees him like confused as fuck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Listen, sir, you look very, like you don't know what's going on, so let me go ahead and recap for you. The vial that you were looking for is gone. I don't know if you remember what happened just a few minutes ago.
He blinks a few times and then, yes, this one. And he kind of bares his horrible sharp teeth at Chaplin. You.
No.
You have made me very angry.
Yeah, good.
Huh.
What a badass. Yeah, good. All right.
He looks back towards you.
Right, I just don't, I'm not sure what you needed the vial for, but it's gone. So be on your way. We don't want to fight you.
Fine. So be it. He turns back to the body of Cernic and says, "This body, I will be taking it."
No, you won't.
Well,
Okay.
why do you need the body so much? I'm not sure why you need this.
This is my apprentice. I
Yes,
have
but-
been training him for half a year.
But that's his brother. That's his brother. And she points to Pooper Cakes. That's
I
his
don't
brother.
care about him.
He doesn't
He does.
care about him, but. Well, then why are we defending? What's the
Because
problem then?
Chaplin's got religious problems.
Oh, well, he's got a problem with it, so.
It's just him.
Just him, really.
It's
Just him.
Chaplin.
Jesus. Poor guy.
The baboon turns to Poo Poo Cakes and says, "What about Princess Cherry, Princess Bunt Cake, and the baby Aiko? Do you care of these people?"
Oh.
Wait, are you threatening my family out of nowhere?
Hey,
What's
sir,
your problem?
do you care about your family?
Hold on. I could hear him perfectly, and I kind of
I'm
care
still-
about most of them, but why? What do you want?
What are you guys talking about over there? Are we not?
Shut the
Clutch!
fuck up!
No one's
What?
asking you anything.
One would lose a husband and two would lose a father.
Yeah, you're right, but if he's gonna be evil, then why would they want him as... Wait, are they evil too?
The Baboon shakes his head.
Poor baboon.
Good and evil. These are just concepts, no?
I agree. I'm not against you on that. But are you saying you're going to kill them, or are you just saying you're upset about them? Wait, counter offer. Think about it. If you're going to take him, how are they supposed to do it being a funeral?
He's got a point.
Yes, actually, a really good point. Good
That's
job.
a really, really
Great
good
job.
point.
Great point.
The baboon sort of takes a step back and says, well, I have no reason to keep them alive if my apprentice is dead.
But what? Wait, but why do you want to kill them?
Uh-oh.
I have no use for them.
Well, you don't have any use for them, then just leave them alone.
So you're saying that if you take the body, you're going to revive him and keep his family safe.
I'm sure he would want his family to be alive.
Okay, awesome. So you're really not concerned with the well-being of anybody. That's great. She pulls out Terrathorn, just says, listen, I don't know you from Adam, and I really don't care at this point. She just holds it up to his neck. So it would be really, really nice if you could just leave.
He kind of like looks down at Terrathorn, follows it up towards your arm and then up to your face. This is a lovely little toothpick you have, but I suggest you lower it, child.
Toothpick? Excuse me, this is a really nice sword.
Stab
It's
him!
That's very insulting.
As they're talking, can I do a spell?
No, it's the pit's turn.
Oh, okay.
Biz just pokes him in the neck.
You're gonna fucking straight up jab him in the neck? I mean,
Yeah.
you can attack roll, fucking try.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's just gonna like poke him in the neck.
Stab
yeah,
him
yeah, fucking stab him in the neck. Do it.
Just see
with
what
the
happens.
toothpick. Hell yeah.
You have multi-attack if you want to do it. All right, 2 hits.
Yes.
Give me all that damage.
Stop that. Stop making fun of this.
You just straight up stab him in the fucking throat.
Oh my.
As much as you're like poking him, that's damage. And let me just do a quick bit of mathematics.
Jesus.
And mathematics, because I cannot count because I've had the 4 hours of sleep.
It's 15.
Yeah, but I need to. It's not as simple as that. I can't do subtraction. Half of this job is subtraction. Yeah, you just like slice a line, and a red line appears across his throat. He kind of attempts to move out of the way, so it doesn't do a huge amount. It's not like you're slitting his throat open, but you do bring blood to the surface, and he jumps backwards. Do you want to do anything else?
Sorry. I really am meant to just sort of like, just jab you a bit, but not like actually open anything. Well, see, that's what you get for calling this a toothpick.
Is that the end of your turn?
That's it.
I love it.
He breathes in deeply, and you see the wound heal,
Oh, we're done.
close up, and
There
heal.
we go.
Oh,
Can
How
I
much did you do? Yeah, there we go.
nice.
roll Arcana?
Yeah,
Here we go.
give me a random Arcana check, but you can do it as well if you want. You're a
I
wizard.
will do this. Where did it go? Blah!
Yeah, I mean, you guys can work out essentially that like he has some sort of regenerative ability. Poo Poo Cakes, give me a history check. Stuff has regeneration. I guess the only real famous one that you might know is like a vampire kind of thing. They can regenerate their health.
Whoa.
It's like quick fucking
I
Wolverine
instantly
healing.
scream, "Woo! He's a vampire!
Yeah.
He's not a vampire. He's alive. He's not undead.
You don't know that!
I do. I can sense it.
Your religion's a lie!"
The baboon kind of scoffs your way. I am not a vampire.
I
I'm
told you.
quite alive.
Bullshit!
Then,
I just said all that, baboon man.
on the end of on the end of Pith's turn, he is going to
No.
1 second here. God damn, this is fucking bullshit. I fucking hate fucking level 8. I hate it so much.
Wait, you
It's
got
so
more
difficult.
stuff to do to us?
Yeah.
Oh,
There we go.
What?
He's going to as he's healing, he whispers a few words upwards towards the sky, and I guess no one here would probably understand what he's saying. So he just, and then there's everyone but Pith will notice a strange kind of tattoo-like mark appear over her face, and then sink into her skin. Give me a Constitution save.
Over Pith's face?
No,
Over my face?
A wisdom save. Sorry.
Oh, no, no,
Wisdom.
no, no.
Oh,
Pass
fuck
it,
me,
pass it,
dude.
pass it.
That is a fail.
No!
So you have been cursed.
Oh!
You until the curse ends, the target has disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws.
Awesome.
You can repeat that saving throw, the wisdom save, at the end of your turns to end the curse.
Oh, no, no.
So you have been cursed, and then it is
Great.
Champion's turn.
Great.
Again, the baboon doesn't look that bothered. Like, as soon as this thing heals, he sort of regains his composure and stands, and then looks up towards where you are.
Give him the body.
I was like, do I notice the curse go over Pith?
Almost definitely everyone would see it, yeah.
Okay, I'll be like, do I recognize it's a curse, or?
I don't think you know that much about curses. You can give me a
I can
Arcana with
remove
disadvantage.
curses.
Yeah, give me Arcana with disadvantage to just try and work out specifically what it is. You would probably be aware that he's done some sort of curse, more as a feeling to you, I would guess, because a lot of your power comes from just like, wow, this is happening to me now, and oh my god, I understand some random shit.
Would Pith be aware of this?
No, you just probably, when the time comes, you'll be like missing and shit, right? You'll like go to hit, and then suddenly you won't hit, and you'll be like, what the fuck is going on with me?
Got it.
I look at Miriam, and I'm just like, Pith, it's okay.
What's okay?
Don't worry about it now. I'll take care of it in the morning.
Why?
But
What happened?
he might have a curse on you. But I'm just gonna say, zone of truth.
All right. What level are you casting that at?
I can cast it at different levels.
I don't know. What level is it then? Fine.
Let me click it and see if I can. It's level 2.
Level 2.
The
baboon is going to counterspell the fuck out of it. Yeah, as soon as you cast it, he just slams his
Done. Shut down.
staff into the ground. You see the magic, the cone of, or the zone of truth that emanates from Chaplin's mouth just disappear and dispelled once again. Another spell has been dispelled. And I can make a note of that. Cool.
Let me mark that down real quick. And I did cure wounds. No, whoa, Jesus. There we go. Well, with that, I'm gonna see what he did, and be like, well, it seems that he's similar to Poo Poo Cakes over there, but looks over at Miriam and he's like, look, just take the shield of fate.
Thanks.
Poo-poo
Will
cake.
that help my curse?
I can't do anything about your curse right now. I'll deal with it in the morning.
Oh,
Let him have
damn
your
it.
brother!
All right. Firstly, hey, what is your name? And I yell at the baboon.
The baboon turns to you. You do not even know who I am.
Well, you never introduced yourself.
Interesting. But you are the student of my brother, no?
I just start laughing hysterically and go, I see. Quick question. All you want is my brother, and you'll leave. Is that right?
Correct.
Chaplain, give him my fucking brother.
Yeah, so your family can live. I'll agree to it.
So
I don't
you
like
will
it.
stand down, yes?
Listen. I'm going to stand down now. But
Yeah.
I call for a redraw between me and you on another day.
He looks back at you. You are not
You made
worth
fun of my
time.
wizardry.
You are
And
not
my
worth my
sword.
time.
But here's the thing.
And somehow you dodged my arrows. I don't know how. That was pretty amazing. You just bent over, perfect timing. Yeah, I gotta aim a little lower. No big deal though. Like next time I'm gonna.
He's dismissive of you and already like walking towards the body, just walking away.
I put my hand in front of him and be like, no, 1 second. So what about Princess Cherry, Bunt Cake, and Eco?
They are safe under Cernic's protection.
That
Where are
sounds
they?
important.
They are at my home.
Where's your home?
I am sure my brother would like to know that.
I'm sure that I'd like to know that, unless you're just too much of a pussy to tell me.
Look. If they're assured safety, we can't hang on to this body and let them die.
I will not be killing them as long as you give me the body.
That's what I'm saying.
It's a simple trade.
Are you not listening to me? I said, yes, you can take the body.
I have an agreement with Cernic, not with you.
I don't give a
Well,
shit about your agreement, sir.
All right, hey guys,
so I
everyone
don't
relax.
kill you.
Relax. Take the body, leave. Have a great day. We'll see you soon. All right.
Do you lower your hand out of the way?
Yeah, I lower my hand out of the way.
He'll head over to the body. He'll like begin casting a spell underneath the body, and then you'll see a door open underneath, a portal, and the body will disappear into it. He closes the portal and then turns around to where you guys are and looks back at you and says, "My brother, the Grand Chan, he calls me Dark Chan. They all call me the Dark One. And I am sure he will be pleased to hear that I yet live." And then he raises a hand,
Yo, this is sick.
aims it towards the great tree, and casts True Blight.
What?
An
Can
enormous...
I dispel magic?
You can't dispel magic, can you?
Yeah, I
counter
can.
spell.
and I can do it as well. Can I cast it as well with him?
You want to counter spell?
Yeah.
I don't have a counter spell.
You don't have a counter spell.
I'm
Dispel
sadly,
magic isn't counter spell. How does dispel magic work?
Like that.
I think dispel magic is like
when you because I would cast it at fucking 4th level if this is if he's doing a spell, I wanted to spell what the fuck he's doing.
you can attempt to, but it's not a reaction counter spell. It's,
Okay.
It's a thing that would like say for example
It's an action.
he had put a magical effect on you, like a stun or something like that. You could then dispel magic off of someone else. Counter spell is what you need to stop this. Pooper Cakes is the only one who I think has the option.
No.
As he's casting that, I'm charging at him.
Yep. You see his hand turn entirely black. You see this spell. I think Pooper Cakes has the spell. I think Cernic attempted to cast it before. It turns the hand entirely black, and then this huge bolt of like black.
Can I try to tackle him before he does that, since it was
Can
my
I
turn?
can I jump in the way of the bolt?
Way too far away.
I'm right there. Can I jump in front of the bolt?
Doesn't really
Wait.
work like that, bitch.
I'm too far away? I'm too far away?
You're too far away to get to him in the split second it takes for him to cast this spell.
Ooh.
He's doing this spell unless you have something you can do on a reaction.
I swear I have a reaction something.
Light a fire.
I got a reaction something in here.
I got a reaction somewhere.
Oh, this is gonna be bad, guys.
Unless he hits me, I don't think I have a reaction. Wrath Storm's getting bolt, man.
I'm scared.
It's gonna kill everything.
He's gonna fuck up that tree. That's what he's gonna do.
He's gonna just literally, the whole tree's gonna be like,
Dead.
everybody there's gonna die.
Yep.
Anyone got anything they can do?
Nope.
I'm looking.
True Blight is cast on the Great Hollow Tree.
Shit.
You see this huge bolt of black energy launch towards the tree. It strikes at the base, and immediately the tree begins to wither and die. Any of the sort of glow, the energy to it is suddenly dissipated. The ground at its base begins to turn black, and it starts to churn under the strain. of the ridiculously large tree above you. Pretty much immediately, there are screams that begin to filter down through the tree itself. There's a crunching of branches, a torrent of sticks and leaves that begin to fall. There's bark and leaves that fall instantly in a torrent around everyone. As this enormous tree loses any color, it turns basically black. It loses that natural glow, falls. The sun-dappled shadow above you that was once quite beautiful is now a threatening time bomb, and the tree begins to groan very heavily and fall to one side. Give me a charge attack, Poo-Poo Cakes.
What's that? What would that be? I don't have a thing for it. So
Charge
it'd
is
just be...
a weird Satyr thing that you have, which
so you want to use the okay,
you
I see what
run,
you're saying.
yeah, you run at a certain fucking length, and then you can just do an automatic attack. 17
Damn.
Is actually a hit. Yeah, you'll so as he casts this thing, you will just like lower your ram horns and strike this baboon. The two of you go toppling over to one side. The baboon is hit to one side, and he looks down at you. You will learn not to mess with Dark Chan. He brings up a blade and slits his own throat.
What?
His body falls limp as fresh blood falls and just torrents down his throat, pushes out over you. He falls limp. His singular eye rolls up in the back of his head. Again, screams and terrible crunching sound from the tree above as it begins to fall down. And that's where we'll go to a break.
Oh my god!
Jesus.
Well, we don't have a base of operations to go back to anymore.
Too soon, man. Too soon. We'll be right back. We'll be right back. 5 minutes.
Jesus.
Grab a drink. Use the restroom. Holy shit, cock. Welcome back to, Fractured Worlds, where a tree has been blighted.
Emphasis on fractured.
Yeah, really.
That is unnecessary.
That's so true. Welcome back, everyone.
The Great Hollow Tree, an enormous tree, a couple of football pitches high.
Poo-poo's home.
Poo-poo's home, the home of the most of the satyr that live in Faerul, has just been blighted. This enormous magical tree has had the magic sucked from it and then has been essentially instantly killed.
For anyone who doesn't know what blight means, Brad, can you fill them in?
So blight is a fucking ridiculous spell that essentially deals a hell of a lot of necrotic damage if you do it to a plant or a magical plant, a plant type creature or a magical plant, which is what the Hollow Tree is. It automatically fails a saving throw and deals max damage to it. So essentially that's what he did here. He just hit it with the worst possible thing you could ever hit this tree with. A ridiculous amount of power. Poo-Poo would be aware that this is an unbelievably powerful spell. Like, Poo-Poo, you wouldn't be able to bring this tree down, you know? It's like that level of strength. It's a show of force. And yeah, he just cripples the tree. The base of it, with the tree being dead and no longer magical, the base pulls up from out of the ground and begins to sort of fall. It's not falling just immediately down. It's not crumbling and being destroyed. Nobody in the tree is like immediately killed necessarily, but the tree is like falling apart and beginning to fall very slowly towards the earth. What do you guys want to do? You guys are on the ground. This is.
I look up from the body I just knocked down, and I'm watching in awe. And when I realize what's happening, I start fuming, and I stand up, and I'm gonna roll an attack roll at Chaplin with my staff. And I'm gonna hit him in the fucking face with it.
As they're doing that, I'm immediately, my character, I'm gonna be running straight to the tree to start helping
that's where I'm going
women,
to.
children, boys, girls, doesn't matter. I'm going to help get people out of there before it crumbles.
Pith is too.
Pith Clutch start running off.
Yeah.
Chaplin is about to, and then give me an attack roll.
Jesus.
I'm not, like, if you guys fight, I'm out.
14.
AC Chaplin.
That's 19 without my shield.
You just, as you're about to turn and start running, you feel a quarterstaff just boom hit the, like the chain mail, which is essentially part of your skin.
I look at him and I push him. I push him again, and I just keep pushing him.
I'm running. I don't care what he's doing right now.
I catch up with him, and I attempt to stop letting him run.
I mean,
I stand in front of him the entire time.
As soon as he hits me again, Wrath of Storms.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I gotta go save people. I don't have time for this fucking stupid bullshit.
You're just gonna keep hitting him until he kills you? Poo-poo?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to stop him and push him to get his attention.
Chaplin? I mean, he's not hurting you, so you can't really Wrath of Storms him because it's when you take damage, I think.
Okay. Well.
Is it? Or is it when you hit by an attack? Well, it's either, he's doing action shove.
So, I'm running. If it's because it has to be a successful attack roll. So
talk to him, man. Just talk to him.
I don't have time. There's people falling down.
This is your fault.
This is not your fault.
This is your fault.
Did I cast that blight?
No, but you scat the fucking thing out of his hand.
I'm not letting him have it, so he can go fuck off.
This is your fault.
And then take off. I don't have fucking time for this.
As he takes off, I chase after him.
Behind me. If he's just trying to stop me this whole time, I'm casting Sleet Storm behind me and making it hard for him to walk. Sleet Fall's a 20-foot tall cylinder that 40-foot radius.
I cast Entangle in front of him.
Okay.
I cast a spell on Entangle.
Well, first of all, you two are just getting fucking caught up. Like, there's a sleep spell which makes like Pooper Cake stumble. Suddenly he entangles Chaplin.
God.
All these vines wrap around Chaplin, who
should we go
rolls
back and
up
help them?
a
No!
thing and
Keep
just sells
going.
it. The two of you, which are running forward, you're not so far away from the the tree that it wouldn't take you too long to get there. You know, you're not like miles and miles away.
No, I was like,
You see as you come closer to the communal hollow, the huge opening at the beginning, at the bottom of the tree, you just see people running, fleeing in panic. People with kids, like armed Satyr, like ushering people out. What do you guys want to do? Run in?
Pip runs up to a guard.
I'm like guiding him.
Goes, what can we do to help?
There's just everyone's just panicking. No one is listening
no
to you or
guards like
anything.
ushering anybody out.
Is there
There's
a tree?
couple of guards that are ushering people.
Brad, is there a tree
them.
a safe distance away? Just not like an actual home, but like something like a good location marker I could give people?
So the tree is falling this way.
Towards
on
us.
top of you. Yeah.
All right.
Everyone's running out and just running in all different directions.
Okay, so if she's gonna go in there and try and help orchestrate, I'm gonna get people to go around to the back of the tree where it's not falling.
I'm gonna
Like
try and
a
go
safer
in.
side. So I'm leading
gonna
them.
try and go in and just get people out.
Bring them to me. I'll send them the right way. Guys, over here, right side, around the right side of the tree. You're gonna go to the back.
Pith runs in and just tries to find anyone else in the tree.
Give me charisma checks each.
I'm not really courageous.
Courage checks.
You want 2 each?
So, nope, just 1 each.
Okay.
So Pith goes running in. There's just people just running around. They're running into each other. People grabbing things. People just flooding down the stairs, falling over each other. The enormous, like the sound of this tree inside is just like, it just sounds like continual grinding and crunching of wood and branches. Screaming, people freaking out and shouting. Pith jumps up on the center area of this communal hollow and just starts shouting at people. And a lot of people actually listen. They look up and they're like, oh, it's that person who saved the world. Oh my God. Friends with the king, friends with this. And they start listening and then heading out towards where Clutch is. Clutch is kind of shouting at people and trying to edge them away. A lot of them do head towards you. A lot of them split off and just start running in panic. Again, there are quite a few of the guard who are trying to help. But a lot of them look panicked and freaking out as well. Back in the Magikoff, Chaplain, you dispel
magic off.
You dispel the entanglement.
And I keep running.
And you keep running. All right, so Poo-Poo.
I look up at him as he's running, and I just yell, I'm like, you better hope you can save all of them.
I gotta do what I can or die trying.
All right. Chaplain, you run in. What do you want to do as you approach? You see Clutch ushering a lot of people away. Further in, you see Pith. You don't see anyone else that you recognize.
What's the tree doing?
The tree is just destroying itself and collapsing. It's just turned black and is just breaking apart. All around you, there's just showers of branches, huge branches and smaller ones hitting the ground and thudding. But yeah, everything is just disintegrating and breaking up about you. Think fucking Avatar when that tree gets fucked.
Yeah.
I have an idea.
So can I run into the tree, or is it like collapsed inward?
No, it's not falling that fast. It's like totally being destroyed. But
are people still trying to get out of the tree?
Yeah, there's loads of people flooding
God,
out. Like everyone is flooding down out of the tree, and there's just tons of people. Well, to be honest, it's just chaos, and a lot of people are falling over each other. But you would probably immediately notice Pith in the center, just shouting at people,
Get out! That way!
ushering
That way!
them out, and then they're running out, and instead of just like running forward, they're seeing Clutch, who's ushering them to behind the tree.
Over there!
The ground underneath where you are, and actually behind the tree a lot more, is kind of like churning up because the enormous roots of this tree are just bringing up the ground. So it's like not safe in the immediate area either.
Yeah.
So I have a question. Can I summon my Guardian of Faith to be stubborn and like push it down or push the tree the opposite way?
I don't know. Can the Guardian of Faith do anything like that?
I don't know. It just sounds like that's why I say stubborn.
Does
pretty
he
much
take commands?
No, not really. He just stands there, and if my enemies move around him, he attacks them.
Yeah, I don't think
Tree
you can
can't
do
be
stuff like that. I think there is spells that do things like that, but this is This is a conjuration.
So is True Blight done though? Is it hit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's cast.
Once you're done, I have something to do.
Yeah, we'll come to you in what is essentially the same second after Chaplain.
So right now, where's the airship?
Give me a perception check with disadvantage because it's fucking impossible to see anything going on.
Come on. Rules.
Roll it good. Roll it good.
10.
You look up like to try and see if you can see through the falling debris. Mostly you just get like a lot of dirt, dust, things, branches and things. You'll see like a lot of stuff falling down. You left the airship essentially directly above the sort of southern entrance to the communal hollow, which is where you guys are. This thing is essentially falling southwards.
Mm-hmm.
You can't see anything. You don't even hear it because it does have like an engine. Not sure.
All right. I'm going to use enhance ability. Hold on, I gotta read real quick.
If you're gonna try and stop the tree, I don't think enhance.
No. That's not what I'm gonna do.
You just wanna. Just don't want you, I don't want you to be like, I'm gonna stop it, and then.
I'm not fucking doing that. I'm doing something a little bit different. My carrying capacity doubles. I'm casting a bull strength on myself. And you just see me, I'm just like bull strength, and you just see me like fucking like Hulk out a little bit,
You
and
just
I'm
go
fucking
Master Roshi.
yeah, and then like I run in there and I find everyone who's like slowly getting out, like or people that are not able to get out, and I'm gathering as many people as I can and carrying
Yeah, like
them.
smaller, weaker folk, like old people, children, that kind of thing.
Yeah, like further back and up. As
Okay,
everything
give
is falling.
me an athletics check with whatever you get. Advantage.
I get an advantage on strength checks. So let's see. So boom. What's that?
Yeah, cool. So from Pith's perspective, you're shouting at people, and a lot of people are running up to you, Pith, and kind of like, what do we do? What do we do? And you're just telling them to leave. Then you suddenly see this slightly enlarged version of Chaplin just thud past towards the back of the room, and disappear into the mass of people. Chaplin just starts picking up people that are small, like 5 at a time, and just running out to the front and just like throwing them down and then running back in. A few guards doing the same kind of thing.
I think that's Chaplin. I'm gonna assume that's Chaplin.
Poo-Poo, what is it you wanted to do?
I want to cast Entangle on the roots. But that's what I'm curious. That's why I was asking about the Blight spell. Because obviously Entangles.
Yeah, I don't know if Entangle's this good, to be fair. This is a level 1 spell. And
yeah, it's a level 1 spell.
Sprout in a 20-foot square. 20-foot square is nothing. This tree is fucking enormous.
Yeah.
Difficult terrain. I mean, essentially, it's not going to do a lot. You can cast it, but it probably you'd probably see like the vines grab onto the huge roots that are starting to pull out of the ground, and then you just see these magical vines just snap, because this tree is basically going to automatically pass its strength
crumble.
check, is essentially what it would do.
Do we see? Have I seen any of the royal family, his good brother, or anyone come out yet?
You can give me a perception check to see if you can recognize anyone.
Okay. I shall do that right about now.
You're using the time to like thoroughly check each face and like look beyond, see if you can recognize
just in the
anyone.
chaos as I'm sending them to the right of the tree.
Yeah, you don't see King Timtol or Queen Kushia.
Okay. I'm gonna scream out.
Or anyone else that you would recognize, like Mr. Suna or anyone like that.
All right. I'm gonna scream out. Can Pith hear me? Probably, or probably not. With all the chaos, I'm gonna do a loud scream. So I'm gonna try and get her to hear me. Find the king! Find the king! Make sure they're all right. This way, to the right.
Pith, give me a perception check with disadvantage.
Please hear
Oh
this.
fuck! Do I still have the curse?
No, this is because it's hard to hear.
Oh, got it. Okay.
No, yeah, you do. Still have the curse,
Perception.
You would-
Perception.
Is there anything else I can do when
Sorry,
you're talking
buddy.
to me, by the way?
It's a 7. So yeah, you don't hear anything over the chaos. Poo-poo, what else do you want to do?
The first thing I do is I go up, and where are we at in comparison again? We're by the communal hollow, right?
Yeah, you're pretty much on the south side of the tree. It's falling over you slowly, but it's falling apart as well. So like you would imagine that a lot of the rooms inside are falling into each
It's
other.
not falling towards the airship, correct? It's falling away from it?
No, it's falling as it would essentially, if the airship is still where it is, then it's just going to crush the airship.
All right, the first thing I'm going to do
The
is
airship's
run
way up at the top though.
I'm running all the way up as fast as I can to get as fast as I can to the top to where the airship's at.
Yep.
And I'm trying to see at any point in time if I can see the airship so I can yell at little turd cakes up there.
Pozu.
Cakes.
Yeah, Posey. So I can get his attention because he's going to need to move it. On top of that, I need him to try to yell at people that are above there to save people. Can I throw a whisper at him?
You, message?
Yeah, whisper message. Yes, message.
How does the message work? Let me just quickly check.
I can read it to you real quick if you'd like me to.
Point a finger towards a creature within range and whisper a message. So
What's the range?
You need telepathy,
Be able
and
to
you
see
also
him.
need to kind of be able to see him, right? So
Yep.
you don't know where he is.
Am I able to run up there fast enough to get to the top to get to the airship? Is that an option?
Give me an athletics check with disadvantage because there's a lot of people running the opposite way.
14.
43 actually, because it's disadvantaged. Yeah,
fucking
you're
great.
struggling to like move through these people. As you start like running forward, you're trying to avoid people. A lot of people immediately recognize you and just start like running at you and starting to stop you from moving. They're like, Prince Jake, and you're just like, I need to get out of the way, and they're kind of like
God.
they're hindering your way. 4 Satyr, who are part of the guard. You as you enter the tree and start moving through people, you see Chaplain running people out. You see Clutch outside directing people, and Pith. There are 4 Satyr that are kind of bickering with each other. They're guards. One shouts, "We should hunt down the bastard who did this." Another one says, "We need to find the queen and the king." The other one says, "No, we should escape to safety." Another one turns and sees you straight away and then runs over to you, and they do a kind of half-assed like salute.
I heard
and then
everything they said.
Yeah, and they stop and they say, "Sir, what should we do?"
I look at all of them and go, we need to find the king, and I need someone to get to the airship as soon as possible to tell him to move it and get your guys on the airship. Anybody that's up there, put them on the airship and tell him to move it. I'm going to go with you. And I look at the one that said we should run away, and I go, you're going to prison when this is done. And I look and I point and I say, get out. And I yell at Chaplain and go, Chaplain, hold this man if you could.
I'm holding him.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
I'm holding him and then like trying to grab people and like run around.
The frightened, cowardly Satyr is grabbed by Chaplain and just, I guess, dragged as part of the group of people that you're dragging out. He's not going to have any chance of being stronger than you, so you can pretty much do what you want with him. The other 3 kind of nod at you, and they split up. They seem to head to different exits to try and head upstairs. I guess you probably would stick with one of them since you're essentially heading to the Great Library as well, which is where you guys parked the ship outside the Great Library. It was
Before
like
I
a window,
go-
but you walked into it, right?
Before I go, I yell at Chaplain, and the guy's got a hold. I go, you can let him go and let him run, considering most likely that's what you think about doing, Chaplain, since you ruined this tree. And I continue, and I just run off with the rest of them.
I don't pay attention to what he's saying.
Oh,
I'm
Jimmy
saving
is gonna be
people.
up.
Give me a persuasion or an intimidation
Sending this shit
check.
into
It's
Maury,
up to
dude.
you how you want
There's
to
gonna
play
be
it,
some
Poo-Poo Cake.
shit.
For what?
Persuasion or an intimidation check.
Who's this for?
You.
Towards who?
Everyone who heard you say that.
Oh.
18 for intimidation.
Loads of people suddenly stop in their tracks and look at you, Chaplain, and then they look back at Poo-Poo and then just start like looking at you. A couple of the guards stop and say, "He did this? You
He
did
didn't
this?"
do it. He didn't do it. That's not the case. We'll talk about it later.
A lot of people have stopped and are now even more confused, and they're looking back and they're looking at Chaplain.
I'm not paying attention. You know, like if those people are stopping and like people, I'm like, this is not the time. Get going. And I'm grabbing like people and like trying
That's
to get them out
exactly
of
what
there.
I say too. As I nod at them.
Cool. So you start heading further and further up the tree. though it's very slow going. It's almost impossible to come down the stair or go up the stairs because everyone is just filling them up. There's just loads of people. Half of them have got half their belongings. Lots of them with like kids. Give me a perception check, please.
Who?
17.
Halfway up, you hear a familiar voice. I know everyone sounds the same, but you recognize the voice of Mr. Sooner as you kind of, I guess you'd be heading up this way, so it would be somewhere on like the lower floors near the common sector. You hear Mr. Sooner shouting at people to move orderly and quickly and swiftly down the stairs. From above you, as you like round a corner, there's just a chock-a-block, like, because this is like, there's like narrow hallways that curl all around. This is a tree which has been hollowed out, and it is not a big spacious thing necessarily. It's quite enclosed, so people are really packed into this thing. The tree now, as you're starting to move up, you can feel that it's like definitely an angle, and it's starting to like kind of freak people out more because this thing is like at an angle and people are half kind of standing on the wall a little bit on one side. As you bear around the corner, Mr. Sooner sees you and he says, Prince Jake, I'm glad to see that you're okay.
Yes, where's my brother?
I'm
Where's the
afraid,
king?
I'm afraid the last I saw of him, he was way up in the tower with your uncle.
I have to go. And I get at the guard and I continue to just go as fast as I can.
Yeah, so there's an area that's not necessarily on this map that would be like above the royal quarters, where you know that your uncle Mooncake kind of hangs out. He's just got on what is it called, like an area. Feel like I know the word, but I'm too tired to remember what it is. But it's where they release the birds from to send messages to and fro. He's a very old man. He's pretty much always been on death's door, even as long as you've kind of known him. He's really old. So you can start heading that way if you want, or you can continue heading up towards the Great Library, but it would mean choosing a different direction kind of thing.
So my brother and Mooncake are up there above the royal quarters.
That's the last place Mr. Sooner saw them. So essentially, you are about like here. They're like up here. The Great Library is, of course, here.
Okay.
So you can continue up this direction, or you would essentially have to kind of backtrack and then head up this way.
The first thing, I'm going to head towards the Great Library to the airship, because what I'm going to attempt to do is get a hold of our friend and have him bring the airship around to the royal quarters.
It's like Resident Evil. All the doors are closed.
Is that a thing, Brad?
Yeah,
like,
yeah, you can
try to do.
It is a lot like Resident Evil, yeah, when they're in that fucking thing underground. Yeah, you can do that. So you continue to head up, upstairs, slowly making your way upstairs. Anyone else want to do anything in particular while they're on the ground? Anything
How much time, Brad, until the tree is like, we can tell when a tree falls. How much?
Give me an intelligence check.
Oh, great! My most strongest feature of my life. Here we go.
I'd like to do this too, if that's okay.
Sure.
Yeah, I think everyone in the tree would like to know when the tree is gonna fall.
What the hell is wrong with my dumb brain? I think the tree's falling now.
Yeah, you got a second.
Guys, we gotta go! And I run to the right of the tree. I'm out.
Everyone starts freaking out and panicking, and just running in different directions.
No, you come with me!
And they're looking at you, and they're running back and forth. There are people just, what way? This way?
No, over here to the right.
What do you mean go that way? What are you going to fall? And they're just panicking. You've created chaos. Chaplain.
Great.
And Pooper Cakes, you estimate that, Chaplain, you estimate that you have maybe like 10, 15 minutes before this thing hits the ground. There's pretty much no way everyone's going to get out of the tree.
Useless.
Pooper Cakes, you probably, in your insane intelligence, working out trajectory and fucking angling and time, have worked out that it's going to be like 17.3 minutes before this thing hits the ground because you've crit. So you know exactly how long you've got. In your head, you have a timer until the very second this thing is going to hit the ground. But you also are aware of the fact that this is going slowly, and in a second it's just going to go whoom. So it's going to pick up speed.
So about how much time do we have then?
You have 17 minutes and 3 seconds.
AKA now.
From the point in which, yeah.
Now.
Fucking
Now.
Piff, give me a perception check.
Okay.
Where the fuck is my perception? Oh, for fuck's sake.
Cool. You continue to tell people to leave. Chaplain, give me a perception check.
At least I'm not running around like a chicken with my head cut off.
Shut up.
Yeah, you good. Chaplain, you notice that there is a particularly small satyr child, very young, like a toddler, crying and stuck underneath one of the bars.
Buddy.
And everyone is just kind of pushing past this little kid. He's freaking out, but he's not moving, and he's clearly hidden himself as opposed to trying to run and flee. He's hidden as if it's from a monster.
I'm instantly like running over to where he or she is at. I can't tell. I'm going and I'm like, good, you're coming with me, and I'm like grabbing him.
Give me a persuasion check.
Oh God.
Boom.
Oh dear.
Crit
As
fails.
soon as he sees you and you're like, blah, 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 this huge hand comes in, he just scurries away from you and like runs under the table around from the other side of you and starts to crawl deeper into the tree. Deeper
I'm
into
going
like,
after
where
him.
the bar and stuff is.
Oh my
Cool.
God. Child.
Jesus, these crit fails.
Give me an athletics check.
fail.
But
All
right.
this fucking child is terrified of you at this point.
1
Cool.
plus 7.
13? 16. I have advantage, yeah.
Yeah, you like run after it, and I get like this little satyr kid is just like he's freaking out, but you just boom, clamp down, get him. There's nothing he can do. He can't escape you. He doesn't have the strength. And you run him outside, just about in time. Poo Poo Cakes, as you get to the top of the grate or the area, like it takes you a little while. Like so, I'd imagine that you guys are essentially doing this for a little while. The tree continues to fall. Eventually, it starts to fall at an alarming rate. Poo Poo, you're stuck in it. As it's basically kind of starting to fall a lot quicker. The apex has been hit and it starts to move very quickly now towards the ground. You have not got long before this thing just hits the ground.
How much
and it's gonna
time?
be pretty devastating. A few minutes remain.
And where am I at?
You're basically about to enter the Great Library. Give me a perception check.
18.
Cool. You come running into the Great Library and there's a lot of people flooding towards the window where the airship is. And I say where the airship is because the airship is there. It's already flying. There is.
Can I see?
Yeah, remember this thing curls up above you, but you can see the airship at the window, which you guys. It was a huge window that you guys used to climb through, just an open window. You see Pozu. You can hear the familiar kind of rumbling sound of the thing that Pozu referred to as an engine. You also see Talos, who is just launching Satyr onto the ship.
Yeah.
He's just grabbing people and flinging them up onto the ship. You see Pozu surrounded by the other 4 gnomes. Pozu's kind of wrestling with the airship, and he's just shouting things at people as well. Like, grab onto the rope, guys, quick! Talos is launching people up. Come on, mate! And you, mate! Watch the landing! Jumping, throwing people on, and you enter, but there's a lot of people at this window, and the ship looks like it's already at kind of like max capacity. It's full on the deck. You can even see the portholes. There are little satyr faces crushed up against it.
Oh my God, that full?
The ship is kind of like,
This
yeah,
is like some Pearl
wobbling.
Harbor bullshit.
What do you want to do?
The first thing I do is I run over to Talos and I go, we have to get on that ship and we have to get the rest of these people on the ship, but the ship looks full, Talos.
He says, he looks down and says, listen, mate, get on the ship, save your people.
Where are you going to go?
There's enough room for you, couple more.
This is going to fall in about, how much time do we got?
You got a minute.
We have like
It's
a
going,
minute
it's
before this
going.
falls.
The fucking thing is like this. Like
I look
the-
at Talos
the tree
and I
is
go,
going.
give me a lift. And I ask him to throw me up there.
Yep, he fucking grabs you, launches you up onto the ship. Give me a dex save to see how you land.
Oh, fuck off, Dex.
Please.
Yeah.
13.
13, yeah, it's not bad. You land like in amongst the loads of people. So everyone is crammed onto this thing. It doesn't look like you can really get anyone else on here safely.
I point at Bozu and tell him he's got to go.
Pozu, yeah,
No!
looks down at you
Don't leave
and
Talos.
says, "Are you sure?
Can we squeeze anyone else on?
Talos! Can you throw more? Bring yourself!
Talos grabs one more satyr, grabs another one, and then the ship kind of, as like this last satyr lands, gives a lurch one way. Everyone who's on it pretty much just grabs onto something. Lots of people almost slip off the side of the thing. Pozu looks over towards the sort of window area where Talos is standing, and he kind of puts his arms out to stop any more people sort of trying to jump for the ship. Pozu begins to slowly bring the airship away, the Quinlan. He looks down at you again and says,
Where should I take it? Back down to the ground?
Pull over to the other side of the tree! How fast can we get to the other side of the tree in time?
well, you'd probably have to find out. But if that's what you want to do.
I want to get out of the way of the tree falling. That's number one.
Yeah, I mean, you're kind of already out of the way of the tree falling. He just needs to move away from it, and it's just going to... There's a lot of branches and shit, but a lot of them are also broken and withered. This tree is like this. You're like here, and it's kind of doing this, right?
Can we slow motion go around to the other side of the tree and see if we can see anybody at the royal quarters that could jump onto the ship?
You want to...
You left Talos, who couldn't get on.
I have a brother that's a king to save.
Okay, so you want to pan the camera around the tree.
And I want to see if my brother or Mooncake is there.
You cannot. Only I can do that. And I'm afraid you don't know. I'm sorry.
That's what I assumed.
You can tell Pozu to take the ship that way. He's asking you where you want him to take the ship, though.
I tell him to take the ship around that side, so we're out of the way. And
all right. He begins to slowly move this thing. So the ship kind of, as it veers off, like you can feel that this thing is not moving as fast as it normally does. Again, it just feels like a normal ship that you would find in the sea kind of thing, but it's just moving so slowly around because of the intense weight. You can hear the weird kind of coal-based
How far are we from the
Theseus stone
ground?
engine rumbling underneath. And you hear it like sputtering. And
How far are we from the ground?
Oh, you're like way up off the ground, like 2 football pitches off the ground.
Oh my god.
You're really high up.
Brad, from where I am, can I see? Do I see specks? Can I make out people at all?
We're coming down to you in a second.
Okay, come down soon.
Poo-Poo, any last things before this? Because this thing's moving away now and going around. You were gonna say something.
Is Pitt still in the tree?
As we're like whatever amount of the way around the tree we are, I yell at Ponzu, noticing the clunking and the sounds, and I go, "We have to land the ship. We have to take it down and get these people off the ship.
Okay.
Find somewhere safe to land on the other side of the tree."
So he begins to descend this thing, and it begins to fall like way too quickly, and he's sort of like struggling with controls, hitting buttons, bringing the wheel around, and the thing just starts to it almost feels like it's in free fall for a moment before everyone grabs a rope, and Pozu's screaming. He brings his goggles down because there's those little goggles. He actually brings them over his eyes because there's just insane amounts of debris and branches and things falling down on top of the ship. And it begins to kind of like spin a little as he lowers it. He brings it away from the tree as it begins to fall down. Back on the ground, maybe a couple of minutes ago. You want to leave, Pith? Pith? Elspeth? You want to leave the tree?
Sorry, what? Wait, Pith is still in the tree.
Well, do you want to leave the tree?
But how much time? Sorry. How?
She's caught doing something. She's at her
I really
own.
have to pee. I'm sorry. I'm just like,
You don't have long. At this point, the tree is like
It's coming down.
The thing
so
as well
are
is
people
that
still in the tree though?
Loads of people still coming down out of the stairwells, but as well the stairs, the ceiling, the walls are all crumbling in, and people like there's a patch that just opens up, and like a torrent of people fall through, injure themselves, and fall and make a mess of the area, and people stumble over them in the panic. But at this point, you pretty much need to leave now or never.
Is there like is there a window or something that people can like jump maybe?
The communal hollow is enormous. There's loads and loads of hollows. Like from when you look out this thing, there are loads of people. There's plenty of satyr that are like running down the branches that exist and like jumping out of the tree that way.
Oh my god, this is so sad.
But I mean, there are also a lot of like old satyr and babies and people just stumbling out of this thing.
I'm grabbing as many old people and babies as I can.
Shit, dude.
This is what I'm gonna do. If I see Pith and she's like trying to like grab people, I'm doing full strike on her.
Okay.
So she has double the carrying capacity right now.
Okay, Pith just starts lifting people up and bringing them down. She's like, all right, you and you, come on, let's go. And she just makes a beeline for the exit.
All right, so you grab a couple of injured or something like that, and just beeline out. Chaplain doing the same, pretty much.
Yeah, I'm grabbing everyone who is like weak or the younger, and like getting them and getting them out.
Pith also encourages people, if you can grab someone who's younger. Get them on your back and let's go.
Cool. Yeah, and you had a high charisma stat, so a lot of people are listening to you at this point
Yeah.
and they do that kind of thing.
I'm can I roll a persuasion on the group?
Yeah, you can give me a persuasion check as well to do a similar thing.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm like, we gotta go now or never because this thing's coming down. And then
Yep. People are, I mean, everyone's leaving anyway, but yeah, they're following your command and they're leaving. Clutch, give me a perception check.
Yes, please. This one more than ever. High roll. Yes.
20, nice.
Who do I
Yeah.
see?
As you're bringing people out, and you see you sort of suddenly see Chaplin with a couple of people on his back, Pith stumble out, and this tree now is like this, and they come running out around the side as it's bringing. It begins to like do its final like lurch down towards the ground. Above you, you hear before you see it the whir and struggle of the engine of the Quinlan airship as it brings itself down towards the ground over towards where you are, maybe a little.
Is it gonna
further out
crash?
from where the tree is? It's it looks like it's gonna crash as you finally see it clear a lot of the debris that's falling down from above you. There's an immediate just like. There's quite a lot of screams and panic coming from the tree, but then there's just this wah of all of the people that are on the ship. It gets real close to the ground before Pozu brings it under control, and you just see this thing like right next to you, just almost hit the ground before it comes into kind of a very low levitating hover. Everyone on the ship, including you, Poo-Poo, just the gravity just brings you down into the ship, and then Pozu is immediately shouting out,
Get off the ship! Get off the ship, quick!
and people start to jump off of the ship just from it's like maybe 30 feet in height, and they just do that jump a lot.
Brad.
Jumping off with some people climbing down the ropes. Yes.
With my perception, could I see anyone falling or jumping off the top? Anything? Or are they
Yeah,
dots?
there's loads of fucking people like running down the outside.
But no
of
one
the
I
tree and
reckon,
stuff.
like Talos. I'm honestly looking to see if I can save Talos.
Give me a
God.
perception check, see if you can see anyone you recognize.
This
Yeah.
is such a close
High
one.
perception! Huh?
Not anyone that you see. Like, you don't see anyone that you recognize. Maybe you'll recognize like a couple of faces that you've seen, like, oh, that's that guard, or that's
Yeah,
this guy,
no,
or whatever.
no.
But you don't see Talos, you don't see the king,
Okay.
you don't see Mr. Suna, or the queen. You know that their kid is out away from the tree, so that is also a thing. I can't remember what their kid's name was. Buncake, I think.
All right.
Cupcake is not here. But yeah, Pozu's like shouting at people, and a lot of people start to like jump off of the ship. Chaplain and Pith, I presume you're running over towards where Clutch is and Pooper Cakes
Yes.
and the ship.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pith has like these
Once-
two random ass satyrs on her. She's like, okay.
You have double carrying capacity. You got a strength at 20, so you probably could carry a shit ton of people.
Oh, I thought you just meant like she could carry like twice as a person, but you know, she's still smaller
Satyr
though.
are
Keep in
big,
mind,
satyr are
she's
big.
only a halfling, you know, so she's might not be able to carry as many.
You could physically hold the weight, but
Jesus.
it's awkward for you to
Yeah.
run with. So most of the people who are on the deck with poo-poo cakes jump off. There are still a lot of people in the under deck. What is that called? Chaplain, Mr. McCloakin.
The under below decks.
Below decks, yeah, that's what I want. There's still a lot of Sata below deck, but Pozu's already bringing the ship back up. He's turning the ship one way. He's actually heading towards the falling tree. Pooper, you still on the ship?
I am.
He says, "Are we going back up?"
Go back up to the royal quarters and see. And I point kind of at the window since he doesn't know, and I'm like, try to get to that window as fast as you can.
As the ship flies low over
I
the
grab it
top
with my
of
right
you.
hand. I'm going on the ship.
Yeah, Pozu shouts down to all three of you.
Guys, grab onto the rope. Let's go.
Give me dex saves.
Oh no.
If you want to try and jump onto one of the ropes
Yep.
or the
Wait, but
ladders.
I don't know if Pith can.
You
Well,
drop the
you
center. To
That's
grab.
what a dex save is for. It's like a reaction.
Oh, Jesus, okay.
If
Dex
you want to do
save,
it, you don't have
said?
to do it. Yeah.
You don't have to. No.
Yeah.
You
We
instantly.
don't make it.
That rope burn on
sorry, I
your
didn't see
hands
yours
right now.
there,
That
John.
rope burn.
Clutch, you grab onto a rope straight away, and just the ship starts lifting up. Chaplain, you grab onto one. Pith drops a Satyr and just jumps up, a little leggies tinging in the air. Clutch, if you want to give me a deck save, you can try and grab her because
Oh,
I feel like on a
please.
17.
I would love that. I would love to
beat
have
a
like
10.
a heroic.
Beat a 10 and you grab her.
Bigger than a 10 and I grab her.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is gonna be the most clutch thing y'all ever see. Here we go. I got dexterity up the a-hole. If I lose this, I swear to God.
You see the ship like lifting up into the air, and then you see her miss. A little hand comes down. The two of you do that cliffhanger moment, and Pith hits the ground, surrounded by Sata that start running towards you. They almost trample for a moment under the fear as you jump back up, and then I guess you continue to usher them away from the tree. You're like right next to this fucking tree, right? It's about to collapse. Pith.
Pith is?
Yeah. What do you want to do? As the ship just disappears above you, up into the debris.
Right, okay. Well, right, out of the way! Out of the way! Get out of the way of the tree! It's falling!
So Pith just, makes to like the left of the tree, of wherever the shadow of the tree isn't.
Yep.
Get out of the way! You
Yeah.
have to save yourself!
Charisma roll again.
Is she gonna die, Brad? Like, is she about to get crushed by this?
If she doesn't move out of the way.
Okay, she'll move.
I mean, she's moving out of the way. She's
Give me a
like running
charisma
and
roll
shouting.
And an athletics roll.
God. Oh my God.
Some people are listening to you. Some people are just freaking out. A lot of people can't hear you. And then you start motoring it as well. Your little tiny legs. You're in this like dark splint mail terrathorn at one side as you just start like running and
that's a
dipping
big
in
tree.
and out of this lots of people debris. Again, there's like branches and shit, huge branches that are just slamming into the ground as you avoid them and jump out of the way. The ship disappears upwards into the ether. There's like now at this point the tree now just basically does this and then hits the ground as you're flying up. But during that time, Pozu, I'm gonna roll him a pilot check.
Oh,
What do you
please.
have, Pozu? That's a fucking 23.
Yeah, dude. Pozu's a pimp.
Pozu pulls off some crazy shit. The tree, he goes under the falling tree as it's falling and brings it up around the side towards you wanted to go to the royal quarters area up where the thing is.
I wanted to see if we could try to see if anybody's there to be picked
Give me
up.
perception checks, all of you.
Yes, please. I'm looking for people I know. Once again, Brad, making that clear.
I'm doing it.
Yep.
There you go,
Chaplain.
Chaplain.
As you're going around, you're trying to see through all the debris and all the falling. There's still quite a few Sata in the tree. You would say that like 80% of the Sata are out of the tree, but there's still a few faces that you see. A lot of them guards and people of authority in the various things. As this tree is now just falling, and you just skirt around the sides. At the royal quarters above it, you see a very elderly-looking Sata in white kind of plain robes. Being held by King Timtol, and he seems to be like kind of shaking him and speaking. Chaplain, you're pretty much the only person that sees this though.
I'm like right there. It's like Tim Tall and an old satyr.
Point them out in like an area near the side of the royal quarters. What do you want to do? Pozu's like bringing the ship that way immediately.
As soon as I see that, I'm seeing what spells I can do. That
You guys will all see this now.
We can see him?
Yeah, I mean,
All right,
Champion pointed
so I
it
see
out
King
straight away.
Timtol and some random dude in a white.
Some random old dude.
I might use a warp. Should
can
I
I-
use an arrow? I mean,
No. Can I jump into there?
whoa, buddy.
Pretty much you could jump in there and then the tree would fall. You have you've got like 6 seconds essentially before this thing.
Can we throw them a
gone.
rope?
You can,
Since
you
they're
can try and
hanging
throw them
from
a
the
rope.
ship, can they throw them a rope to try
There's
to
like
get them?
fucking loads of ropes hanging off of this already. Like every rope that there is available has already been like
Can I-
cut or made in such a way that
Can
it
I
can-
send a message to my brother, the spell message, and tell them to grab the ropes?
Yes.
If the message fails, I want to be prepared.
It-
On the
it will.
rope, I wrap my hand around and I'm pulling back a warp arrow to King
Warp
Timtol.
arrow. Okay, ready to action. Warp arrow
Ready
on
action
Timtol.
warp arrow. Just in
And-
case it doesn't work.
I'm reading something real quick. Give me 1 second.
Message should work. 'cause I can see
Yeah,
it.
message will work. Yeah. What are you saying?
But I think having the
specifically?
warp arrow is good.
How far away are they?
Maybe 60 feet. You're
Warp
closing
arrow,
in.
not
You're
rope
closing
arrow.
in fast.
You have the warp arrows. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do.
I don't wanna
I'm
use them.
going to. You don't want to use them?
I would rather not, but I'm.
This is the time to use them. So
say
behind those
Talos,
two
man.
people, behind those two, the Timtol and the old
Man.
satyr, I'm gonna cast Gust of Wind and push them 15 feet towards the ship.
Wait, what do you mean? Oh, I see what you mean. You're gonna like.
Yeah.
You're gonna. Okay, yeah. So you message them with what?
I let them know that we're here to get them and that they need to grab the ropes and that we're going to do whatever we can to get them as close to those ropes as possible to try to get them to the ship. Basically,
you would
get
feel
on
like-
the fucking ship.
You would feel like your uncle would not be able to do that. He's fucking old as shit, dude. He's like, imagine the oldest man. In human terms, he'd be like 90.
So when I say that to King Timtol to do that, I tell him to hold on or at least figure out a way to save himself at least, regardless of my brother. Timtol's got to get out of there.
You want to leave Uncle Mooncake on the tree to die.
Idea. I whisper to him and I yell down at Clutch, use your warp arrows on the fat one!
That old man.
All right, I'm engaging.
So hoping
in.
that Timtol grabs the rope, hopefully. And
Timtol looks back to Uncle Mooncake, shakes his head at you.
shakes it at me. I sent him another message. I said, we're going to get him out of there. Get on a rope.
The
And I sent
tree,
another message.
It's gone.
I'm doing Gust of Wind.
he
I never-
jumps at that point. You do Gust of Wind because it was
Okay.
basically a ready to action. It's fine.
Yeah.
He, Timtol leaps. I'm gonna give Timtol fucking.
Come on, Tim. And what about the uncle?
The uncle, just as far as you're concerned, disappears. If you want to unleash the warp arrow, you can.
I will. What has the uncle done for us?
You've never even seen him. You don't know anything about him.
Okay, it's. I already got it. Yeah, I already let go of it for the uncle.
All right. So, warp arrow loosed. Give me an attack roll.
Oh my God, what a waste. I'm just kidding. I love your family.
16. Cool. Timtol just takes a leap of faith. As he jumps, you see his little his foot catch on something on the side of the tree. As he goes to leap, he just boom and falls instead, and he's now falling. A gust of wind hits him and brings him up, but it doesn't bring him to the ship. A warp arrow zoom, hits and strikes Uncle Mooncake, who then appears next to Clutch. Ooh.
And I grab him.
It's
You have
Timtol's-
like 1 second to do something about the fact that King Timtol is now falling in slow-mo underneath the airship, and the whole tree is about to fucking hit him.
Can I grab him?
No, he's way further away.
Can I
He's-
do another
he's-
arrow?
he's maybe-
How far up are we?
You're about 30 feet away from where he is.
Does
How far
Pith
up
see
in the
this?
air?
Does Pith see this?
Pith is on the other side of the tree on
All
the
right,
ground.
okay.
You're about to just fucking be next to the.
Can I shoot another arrow?
You can shoot another arrow.
Yeah.
Or
Save
unless,
him.
unless
Save
Pooper Cake wants to
him.
do something. Pooper, you can choose to do something.
I was actually going to ask if I can. The first thing I'm gonna do is can I cast mage armor on someone else?
Wait, at a time he's falling. Okay, I'm using.
Yeah, he's falling, and if you don't get him with the arrow, I want to give him as much strength as he can to fall on.
No, it's 2 football.
Will that
fields.
make
He'd
a
die.
difference?
He would die.
How far up in the air are we?
You're 1 football pitch up in the air because this thing's now like
Steph,
falling.
that's
One football pitch? Wow, how many feet?
That's 100 meters.
100 meters. There you go. You're pretty fucking high up. You're high up enough for it to be just straight up there.
A slow
okay.
motion scream at
100
clutch,
yards,
shoot the
sorry.
arrow.
Yeah, I shot it.
yeah.
I'm shooting the other one. I have him in one hand. I shot the other. I cocked it back while holding. Ah! It's like a weird shot, but
Attack roll.
here we go. Got him.
You see an arrow disappear into the. You see King Timto disappear into the debris underneath. Then you hear this thunderous crack as the tree itself just hits the ground. A torrent of dust just lifts upwards, and then suddenly, to the right of Clutch, you see King Timtol suddenly appear.
I got you. I got you.
It is at that point, of course, that the tree, the airship kind of just like banks out of the way. Pozu just spinning this fucking wheel, and the whole thing just shifts one way. Everyone has to grab onto something. You see the old man. You see King Tinto slide to one side of the ship, then hit the edge, but not so hard that they're just flipped out. The great hollow tree itself sort of gives a terrible snapping crunch and groan as it collapses into the ground with a tremendous thud. A multitude of satyr screams cut short immediately as a plume of dirt and dust and blackened leaves lift into the air. There is a moment of just immediate silence, and then just a kind of crying and sobbing comes from under deck. Pith just immediately just engulfed in dust and wind and bits of broken tree. It's that moment where fucking what's his face Ben Affleck runs into the dust in the Superman movie or whatever, and you just all this dust. But generally you're out of the area to take any damage or anything. Everyone's just caught up in this thing.
Can Pith go in and try and like see if she can, like, if anyone's trapped under the tree, maybe she can help?
You can do that after the break. Pozu himself is bringing the airship over to where the
Pozu's
majority
so
of them.
clutch in this situation.
Pozu rolled fucking high. Timtol for his jump rolled a 1.
Oh my god,
Jesus.
that's why he didn't make it.
He fucked it up so
I finally
bad.
did
But yeah,
something.
the tree hits the ground.
Oh.
There's a fucking enormous crash.
This is so sad.
Lots of dust and bark and leaves and broken, withered, blackened, great hollow tree on the ground, and the dust begins to settle. And when we come back after the break, you guys can do whatever you want.
Wow. See you in 5 minutes. Not even 3 minutes. I need to get back to this ASAP. Use the restroom, grab a drink. We'll be right back. Do it! Do it now! welcome back to, Fractured Worlds. That's what we're called. Glad to have you.
Welcome back to Dead Tree.
Dead Tree Worlds, no! All right, what's going on, Brad?
You are on the ship as Pozu brings it down to the area where pretty much most of the Satyr have stood to one side. They've sort of gathered in an enormous group. There's panic, there's tears. King Timtol has stood up. He has like a pretty big gash that's bleeding into one closed eye from the fall and jump. He just looks like he's in shock. His hands are white knuckling the side of the airship as it's brought down. He doesn't say a single word. There's an old man who's with you as well, who's kind of coughing on the with the strain and the debris. He looks quite a lot like Poo Poo Cakes and Timtol. They're both very similar looking, and this is like Poo Poo Cakes is quite old looking, right? And this guy is like a super old version of Poo Poo, a little overweight. And then there are a lot of Satyr below decks that you can hear moving around under there and crying again, more of it. Pith just strides into the dust as it begins to settle around the tree. Give me a perception check. I guess you're looking and hearing for people. You might be able to help. There's also a few other Satyr that just immediately do the same thing as well, guards and various common folk. So you start moving in and listening and looking for people. You find a lot of injured people. Like, this tree is now on its side.
Oh my god.
So the tree is not disintegrated or anything like that. It's just like a huge dead tree. It's almost as if it's died and sat there for 100 years already with the blight spell. All of the leaves and the beautiful kind of, because this was like a red oak crossed with a willow, right? Like a huge tree, with lots of branches. Like, most of the branches have fallen off. It's just chaos across the top of the tree and around the tree. It's very difficult moving towards the holes which made for the windows. And as you get closer, you do hear voices and screaming and crying from inside. You do unfortunately move through a plethora of bodies as well.
Oh, come on, man.
And there's a lot of but there are a lot of people inside that have survived the fall itself through sheer luck or will, and you can start helping them out along with a small band of Satyr guards and sort of uninjured people that move into the windows and the side now sideways doors. And again, you move into like you might move into like the government hollow, and then you'll just see this like sideways room, books and tables and chairs and things like that, just all broken and scattered. And yeah, I guess you would just generally just start helping people.
Here, take my hand.
Yeah, I'm starting rescue effort.
You're still on the
with
ship
the
as it
tree.
comes into
Oh, I'm still on the ship.
yeah.
Okay.
Come on, up you go.
Pith didn't make
Come on.
it.
Pith
Let's
is
try and-
just the first responder basically here.
Just try and find as many people as you possibly can. We have to try and see who's still alive and who's made it.
She's talking to the first person she helps up.
Yeah, and they're just dazed and in shock and generally listening to you and they're trying to head out. As Pozu brings the ship in, you'll see that he has quite a meaty gash on one shoulder.
Who?
Bleeding quite badly. Pozu, the captain of the ship, as he's bringing this thing in. I mean, the ship is covered in branches and broken bits of tree and things, because it was still the top of the tree was way higher than the top level of the inside of the hollow tree.
I'm walking up to Pozu, and I'm putting my hand on it, and I'm just like,
He looks up at you and then moves his shoulder, looks down at it, looks up.
Pretty good at that. That hurt a lot.
And he brings the ship down to the ground.
Posey, dude, the best little guy.
Once he
So
brings it
happy.
down to sort of like a level where he can leave it, because again, this thing
Can't go on the ground.
Pretty much
Yeah.
doesn't go onto the ground because it's just a ship. He brings it real close, as close as he can, and then all of the ropes and the rope ladders are dropped to the side, and the Satyr start to come up and out of the the underdecks. Pozu just sits down next to the wheel after like bringing the thing to a stable stop, and then just begins to cry. King Timtol looks towards you, Poo Poo Cakes, and says, "I do not see my wife."
I assume there's no perception check that can see his wife.
You do not see his wife either.
I go up to him and I just embrace him. And I hug him. I don't say anything yet.
He sort of comes to a little, as if he sort of takes some, sort of comes about, and then shakes his head and looks and says, "Brother, what on earth happened here? The ancient magics inside the wood of the tree. My wife was..." And then he looks at you and says, "Was this the might of the elves?"
No.
Oh.
It was not.
Oh, I thought he. Oh, he thought about it.
War.
He thought about it, dude.
I did. I look at him and I put my hand on his shoulder and I go, "I think it's best that I explain to you the entire in detail of what happened here, but I think first we need to..." And I look up at the sky and I look around me and I go, "We need to find somewhere to go. All of us. Every single one of us. Where are we going to go? Where are all these people going to go, brother?"
He blinks some of the blood from this gash on his head out of his eye and wipes at it and says, "Come, brother. We need to help them." And then he jumps off the side of the ship and begins to lower himself down on one of the rope ladders. Immediately just starts barking orders at his men. Some of the ones that look more confused, some of the guard that are a little more able-bodied, he just immediately, "You bring these people over here. We need to get in the tree and start helping," and blah, blah, blah. Pith. Chaplain, you said you want to do the same thing. You can jump off the ship and just basically aid in the effort.
Aid in like delving into the tree and finding survivors.
Helping survivors, yeah. Clutch, same thing?
Yeah.
Or are you doing something else?
Yeah.
Between the three of you, roll me d20 each.
Who, us three?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Oh, damn.
Please be good. What the?
Presumably... Elspeth, do you want to roll a d20?
Oh, I thought you said just the 3.
No, you three that are kind of in there.
Holy crap! Elspeth, you and I, what's up, girl?
You two
that's good.
I hope it's good too.
Sort of, like, again, the rescue effort is going to take a while. Like, it's going to be multiple hours. It'll probably just like, it was the middle of the day when this all kicked off, I think. It was quite early on. So maybe all the way up to the evening time, pretty much everyone who can aids in the rescue effort of trying to get people out of the tree who are survivors and begin to help and cure anyone that's injured. A little later on, a few hours into the effort, Clutch and Pith are in a room clearing debris. They push aside some rubble between the two of them, and underneath they see Talos. However, he is remarkably uninjured. He is glowing with an almost divine light, though he does appear to be unconscious. His eyes are closed. He has a kind of cocoon around him of light.
What's wrong with him?
I don't know. What is he a magic caster? Is he a wizard?
Pokes him. She pokes him like, does this hurt?
You don't actually touch him. As soon as your finger touches the edge of the kind of very, very like transparent divine light circle cocoon around him, it's like touching glass.
Wow. Poke at him. It's hot. It's hard.
Oh. That was good.
Well, no,
Hey,
I didn't mean.
nah, you-
Jokes.
I'm gonna
But
stay
it's
to
like,
the upper half.
Wishful
it's like
thinking.
it's like glass. It's like
She knocks on him.
Yeah, it makes a sound. It's like dung dung dung.
what the?
Talos!
Do we break him out? of
Talos,
it?
are you okay? I think he'll do it on his own. Does he
Like
respond?
wake up? No, nothing. I mean, he looks like he's in a giant egg of light.
Who the heck put him in this glass? Wow.
Can I pick him up?
Yeah, give me an athletics check.
Oh God. Okay.
If Pith is helping, you can do it with advantage, or Pith can do it with
Yo,
advantage.
Pith, hey, Pith, you wanna help me pick him up? Get him to the ship, at least.
All right.
All right.
See if we can do this.
Come on. Give me
I'm sort of. I don't.
You
I don't
guys
like
are
it.
knackered. But a 9 is, and a 12, yeah, you guys can you're tired by now. You've spent a long time. You've
Going
been
through
a
debris,
fight.
picking up wood,
Yeah,
just
and
stuff
then-
everywhere.
You struggle with this thing. It's pretty heavy, but no heavier than just like you're a big fucking dude.
Cool.
You carry him out of the tree towards. You want to take him onto the ship? Did you say?
I think, towards the ship, we'll pass everyone, get him on the ship, just for safety. Just so we
Yeah.
know he's in our possession.
Yeah, you have that winch, which Pozu can help you use to bring him up onto the ship, and then you can take him below deck. with
Do
a
I
little
see
effort.
Chaplin or anyone as we're walking out with him? I just want to ask if anyone's seen anything like this. So as I'm going back, have you guys seen it?
you've got plenty of time to grab some people.
Great.
You will probably see Chaplin or Poo Poo in that time. You know, you've got all day basically.
All right, so I'm gonna see Chaplin. Have you seen anything like this?
Nope. Okay. Is it like, does he look like normal Talos, or does he look like an ass?
Is it an egg?
No, he looks like himself, like asleep inside of an egg of light.
Or glass.
And I don't remember what happened to me because I fell unconscious. I was like, can I use one of my divine senses against it?
Yeah.
Okay. What do I sense?
He's awkward, but
Yeah, it's really weird. We should get him on ship soon.
do we have a way of getting him up there?
Yeah. I think Pozu said something about something that could pick him up, some sort of. way.
Pozu!
Yeah.
Hey, can you help us hoist Talos up here?
Oh, we can use the winch. I've never used it before.
Oh, that's what it's called, the winch.
A winch, excellent. Yeah, that'll help a
It was
lot.
named after Mr. Winch.
Okay.
What did divine sense do?
He built the winch.
Like as they're doing it, like they're attaching a thing to it, and you spend a moment to just kind of work out what this thing is. You immediately recognize the egg-like thing to actually be the gnomes. They are Hammer Song or
Oh yeah!
or the
Like-
Order.
I'm like, oh wait, they're the four gnomes. They protected him.
Wait,
This is
but
so weird.
I thought they turned into a sword.
I thought they were a weapon.
I mean, maybe they can transform to defend something.
Wait, how did we get them out last time? They just
We
do it
never-
when they want to, right?
They
think
do
they're-
whatever.
I think they
Just get them out
protect
of get them out of here, out of danger. Maybe
Hoist
they'll.
it down! Poop or
And yeah,
Pozu.
this like winch comes down. It's like it's basically just like a rudimentary crane with some ropes and stuff attached to it, and you can attach it to it and bring it back up.
Great.
The
We'll
and then
strap
jump
him
up
in.
on and take him. up.
As they're strapping him in, I go off and look for more people.
Sure. Pooper, you doing anything crazy in this general time?
I'm just with my brother, and whatever he's doing, I'm doing, and I assume he's trying to fish people out. I do look over to my brother though while I'm with him, and I say, prior to hand, I said we need to talk about this soon, and by that, as soon as the nightfall comes and we find somewhere to go, maybe you should order the people to start building tents and camps real quick. We need to figure something out. But how are the goblins? I just keep going on. I just kind of keep talking about just random shit, trying to get him to understand. But realistically, I'm just nervous, and I'm just going off about like, we need to sleep somewhere. But are there goblins? Are there other things in the way? Is there something here? And I'm just continuing to go off at my brother as we're picking through stuff to try to find people.
Yeah, let's see how he's holding up. He's holding up all right, maybe better than you, in terms of just trying to answer your questions. And he has the same fears of like, if the goblins like were to randomly attack in force, it would be devastating. They start setting up tents and things. He's he's debating whether it's worth beginning to travel and push towards the Fiki tree, or just clearing out this tree because it's still there. It's still a huge building. It's just previously it was portrait, now it's landscape, you know, but it's obviously completely basically destroyed. But where else are they going to go? And he's just trying to figure it out. Again, a lot of people are clearing things out. It takes the majority of the day to do the majority of the basic work of clearing people out. By the end of the night, everyone is exhausted.
I bet. Are you kidding me?
But yeah, night will fall. And although the excavation of all the things continues, you guys can sort of rest and stuff if you want.
Yeah.
I'm definitely exhausted. I could barely pick up a man. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna chill back.
There's plenty of places where they've set up like huge tents and things. You know, they were able to scavenge bits and pieces and set up areas.
Now, is there, before I do lay down, is there any
tents?
like, is everything destroyed? I mean, like towns and loot and stuff. Like, I know it sounds.
Are you trying to loot this tree right now?
No.
Tell me.
No. I'm going to bed.
You can spend the day looting while you're trying to help people.
I mean, I'll get in trouble. I'm good. I need some rest. I need to get full health in case anyone comes back to fight us.
Okay. Possible alignment change with looting the dead.
No, it was the town.
After a terrible tragedy.
Never mind.
But,
All right.
Yeah, no, you guys can settle in eventually towards the evening.
I'm gonna say Chaplain just keeps going.
Okay, yeah, no worries. You'll probably take an exhaustion point, but we'll get it by next week, so don't worry about it. Deep in the night, I mean, you can just fast forward through explaining to Tim Toll what happened if you want, unless you wanted to in some way change it, untwist it.
We're taking a long rest. I'm sorry to interrupt. We are.
It'll be a long rest if you want it to be.
Oh, please.
Okay. Yeah.
Please.
Pith passes out.
Sure.
I'll just explain everything, yeah. Just explain everything out, literally exactly how it was. Everything. Every single thing, including Chaplain's sacred flaming the glass.
Gotta include that.
100%.
In what way do you explain Chaplain sacred flaming the glass?
Just exactly how it happened. No details of blaming him more than I already blame him. The exact way I blame him.
Okay. I'm going to see how much Tim Toll feels about it. Dead 10. Great. All right. Tim Toll, neither here nor there with Chaplin's involvement at the moment. Yeah, so you explain all of it to him, and he's just as perplexed as you, basically, about everything. Doesn't know anything necessarily. He will explain that Cernic has been back to the tree once, and he seemed weird and different. Explained that he had been traveling to the east, and that he would supposedly come back and claim what was his, and that was the last that he'd spoken to him, and that was a couple of months ago.
Wow.
But pretty much no idea what has happened, and again, just in super shock. Can
I ask, does he explain anything else about the traveling to the east thing? Does he give a location or anything like that, or?
No, Cernic just told him that he had traveled to the east, and that one day he would return and claim what was rightfully his. Do you sleep with the others, or are you staying up and stuff?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm passing the fuck out, yeah.
Yeah, can I pass out in the tree? Like, as I'm looking for people, I'm just finding a spot and passing out.
Yep.
Where is everyone, Brad? Like, where are all these people? Are they all just camping out all around the tree?
All around, yeah. It would look
It's
like
like
a fucking refugee
a mess
camp.
refugee camp, all right.
Yeah, you've got like tents. There's huge tents. Like it's not hard to find things in the tree. Like a lot of the stuff is destroyed, but things like tarps and tents wouldn't be. So that while people are finding people, they're also finding anything they can get to scavenge from the tree, like food and supplies and tents and potential travel supplies and things. So yeah, they would probably have spent some time erecting a sort of a makeshift camp a small guards patrol set up around the edges in case of any sort of creatures or goblins or anything coming out. I mean, that was an enormous crash, right? So everything in the north of the Great Forest probably heard it and doesn't know what it was. It was like an explosion.
Yeah, because there's other Satyr around.
Yeah.
Well, the other Satyr are, if I give you the world map,
They're different
They're
kingdoms.
in
Yeah,
that
they're
one. They're in
south
that
of
one
us.
tree
The Fiki
where
tree
the
then.
queen was from.
Fiki tree.
Fiki tree.
yeah,
There's the Fiki
it's
tree.
not it's not like all the way in the so it's Lipsonspill is pretty fucking far away. Two
days of travel?
2.5 days in the ship. It'd be a lot longer by foot.
It's like
and
almost
a lot
4
of
days to Lipsonspiel from there.
No, it's a lot. It's like a month.
It's a lot. It's a long fucking travel. Yeah, by foot, it's you're looking at.
Oh,
a
foot,
few
yeah.
weeks. Yeah. You're not gonna get everyone. There's a couple of hundred Satyr that are here. A lot of them injured. A lot of them old or too young to do such an insane travel through the Great Forest is crazy as well. You have to, I know you guys haven't done a lot of like on foot exploring, but you actually have done some walking through the Great Forest. You encountered a Riswald, the goblin. You fought all sorts of random shit in Faerul, right? A dragon appeared out of nowhere.
Right.
If you imagine if a dragon just hit this now. So
That's what I'm
traveling
worried
is
about, to be honest.
Traveling is very dangerous in general. In Faerul, it's a lot more dangerous than if you were at home because you have to worry about bears and stuff. But here you have to worry about owl bears and all sorts of crazy extra shit. So that's like, and you would have heard this, everyone's going to be talking about this kind of shit around the camp.
Right.
But you three will find somewhere to sleep in the camp and Chapin somewhere in the tree itself. Deep in the night.
Oh, no.
Mr.
Come on, man.
I
Come
don't
on,
like where
we're
this is-
done. Don't put us on some
This is like it was a dark and stormy night.
night.
You guys are so pessimistic right now.
Oh, we have to be. Do you hear Brad's voice? I can always
Oh,
tell.
fuck.
I can't tell. I'm just trying to listen to a pessimistic little shitheads.
Deep in the night, poo-poo cakes.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
You are
Change my role.
You are awoken by a familiar voice which changes every time you hear it.
Grand Chan.
You are pushed by what feels like a fucking human hand on one shoulder, and then you hear a voice.
Wake up.
Hello, Grand Chan. I
He,
roll over to look.
You look over. He looks pretty physical this time. I think you've only actually physically met the Grand Chan once. I think
No,
you
we
met
never
him.
have. I don't think he's always been a dog.
Oh no, he is a dog.
Oh, okay.
that is what he is. He's a fucking talking dog. The Chan are something outside of just basic. They don't make sense. But I mean, you've only actually physically interacted with him once, and that was when you were in Cerelian at the Mage Tower. Other than that, he's always been like an illusion. You'll be able to tell that he is an illusion of himself because he has the difference between when he appears to you as an illusion and when he appears to you kind of physically. When you saw him physically, he just looked like a dog. He often has a mage hand floating with him because he's a dog, so he needs like a mage hand. But when you see him as an illusion, such as the first time you saw him in the Hag's illusion and when you saw him in the Everflow, he has like wisps of little black smoke that come off of his kind of weird scrabbly little hair. He's a tiny little shitty dog. He was like a rat dog, something that crawled out of a fucking sewer, one of those little things. He literally looks like my dog Merlin. That is what he looks like. Exactly. If you ever want to know what he looks like, just go on my Instagram and find my dog. That's the Grand Chan.
Hell yeah.
Selfless, shameless.
But his whatever.
Shameless promotion, yeah. Go to my Instagram.
It's not.
What's up?
It's not. It's just I don't have a picture. I'll get you a picture next time.
I have a picture up. Gets like
He looks like
5,000
this.
likes.
I didn't say what my Instagram was. It's Buffalo though, so if you want I don't care. I never post on it, I don't care. But anyway, his fur kind of rises up off of him in like little wisps of smoke, and you're like an accomplished enough mage now to be able to tell the difference when he's an illusion or not. This time, however, he appears as an illusion but is speaking to you and seems to be like there as much as he is. He is sort of the ultimate archmage of illusions in Faerul, so he can do some hardcore illusions like this, like basically astral projection, essentially. You look at him, he looks like a dog, but he sounds pretty sullen. He says,
We have to discuss things.
I kind of look over at where the tree was at, and I said, "Oh, you don't say."
It seems you have drawn the attention of the Dark One.
Oh god.
Apparently I have, and he just destroyed my home.
This is not the first time he has done something like this.
He's not going to get away with it.
he looks back at the tree and shakes his head.
This is too far.
Very much so.
He looks over at you and says,
Do you know the story of the Dark Marsh?
I look up at him and I go, you know, weirdly, my brother told me earlier that my other brother was going to the east, and my first assumption was that he was heading towards the Dark Marsh. Something tells me that's where my brother was going, and that's where we're going to be able to find him. But no, I haven't heard the story.
Once a lush meadow, beautiful fields, destroyed and crippled by dark necromancy. It was the Dark Chan who did this.
And?
He lives there now, at Rupture Ranch.
And he's obviously too powerful for me to take down alone.
Perhaps at full strength, you and yours.
Perhaps, but maybe me and you should disappear for a while, and maybe you should teach me a thing or two, considering you're the Grand Chan.
shakes his head a couple of times.
I cannot help you in this directly.
And why is that? I interrupt him.
We are unable.
Unable how?
I cannot physically
How can he
harm.
take precedence, but you can't?
I cannot physically harm another Chan.
And that means he could not physically harm you, correct? But you could still help us.
You can meet me in Thurlian. I come with you.
You say Thorelian? Here's the question I have for you is why is he doing this? And do you know why?
No.
How much help are you going to be of me other than answering yes and no questions?
I will be of as much help as is necessary.
As is necessary? And what do you think is necessary? My entire family, my entire tree, and my entire home, where I grew up, and, you know, maybe where my kids were going to grow up, and where my brother's kids, and where my brother's brother's kids were going to grow up is now destroyed. So, I don't want to be rude, but if you're going to sit here and just bark at me, basically, I would appreciate it if you would give me a little more time.
You did not give him the blood.
No, he did not get the blood because of someone ruining it.
This will be hard to hear. It was good that you did not give him the blood.
I assumed it was good that he did not get the blood.
The death toll will be much higher.
Oh!
It doesn't change the fact that my entire family is gone.
I do
But for
not
the
want
most
to
part.
antagonize.
You're not
The Dark
antagonizing
Chan.
anything.
The Dark Chan is possibly the most powerful of us all. Now that King Chan has no power.
And where are the rest of the Chans at?
Sage Chan, with the halflings. The seal, somewhere in the vast ever still seas. The baby in the deserts.
The baby? Okay, hold on. You're going to need to slow down. So, and I pull out a piece of paper and a quill. So Sage Chan is with the halflings. Baby Chan is with who?
In the desert. Lost. I've not seen
What
him for
desert?
thousands of years. The only desert, Valeris.
And who was the other one?
There is Jack Chan. A seal. So funny.
He did.
Did you see Jackie Chan?
Fucking did.
Jack.
You say the Jack Chan?
Jack Chan, you did.
And where's Jack Chan at?
Somewhere in the vast, ever still seas.
The vast, ever still what?
Sea.
The sea is sometimes just referred to as the ever still sea, right?
Man.
There's no waves.
I love you.
I look at Grand Chan. And what do you plan to do to help me right at this moment?
He looks up at you.
Not much. Come see me. I will give you information. Information is power.
I don't say anything. I just sit there and stare at him.
Beware what he wants. Perhaps it would be more privy to beat him to his prize.
And what does he want?
The Obsidian Devil.
Oh, are you talking about that huge dragon that's floating around lately?
To harness its power.
And how does he plan to do that?
I do not know. I think he does not know.
So, Grand Chan,
Oh my God.
can I ask you about earlier when you were apparently stumbling around when I was fighting my brother? Why did you not do something more?
He is more powerful than I.
I'm not talking about to him, to my brother. You're more powerful than my brother was, obviously. How come you didn't get involved?
Cannot scry on other Chans. Cannot involve myself too much.
But you're involving yourself right now.
He looks back at the tree.
He has gone too far.
And what about the other Chans? Do you seek to find them?
No. They will not help.
And why is that?
I myself do not want to help. Nobody wants to antagonize our brother.
So, what you're saying is you don't want to antagonize your brother, and you don't want to get involved, but you're certain that it seems like he wants to get a hold of this obsidian devil, which from what I understand and my friends understand, is basically destroying Faerul and potentially going to go over to the other side to Tareen and try to destroy it too. But yet, you guys don't want to get involved. I think you owe me an explanation of why and what's happening, because you're leaving me out of a lot of things right now.
Grant your power, I can.
And then he takes a couple of steps towards you and looks up. His tail wags a little bit as he's looking at you, and he says,
Save the world before you have.
Yes?
and then he disappears
Oh! Motherfucker.
into mist.
I kind of monologue for a moment in my head, and what I'm thinking in my head is I go, what? Why wouldn't they help? Why would they not want to antagonize him, but yet are they scared of him? And then as I say that, I look over and who am I around? Am I around anybody else?
You would probably be in the tent with the other two, but they would be asleep. I'm sure that there would be other Saturn stuff in there. It's like there's no room. No one's comfortable. You're all just stuffed into tents.
I look about and I realize that it's just not worth waking anybody up, and I realize that I have to go to Threllian.
Cool. And presumably you go back to sleep. And
Yep.
then the next morning, you guys can all wake rested. Long rest.
God.
There wasn't any particular
Anything weird?
craziness that kicked in overnight. When you wake up, you still hear the sounds of people kind of clearing out debris and things like that. Timtol
Dab it out.
will still be awake doing things. You will hear the loud rumble of the airship as it flies about somewhere off towards where the tree is. As you guys poke your heads out of the tent or out of the tree itself for Chaplin, you'll see a Pozu flying this thing around, and they're using the winch to clear a lot of the debris.
Nice.
Away. Pozu with his goggles down. Looks pretty tired. Looks like he hasn't slept.
Poor guy.
When you guys wake up, a small kind of homely looking satyr brings you each a little bit of food.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
This is the last of the stores that we have recovered.
Please, I'm fine.
I pull out my own rations and I eat them. I said no.
I grab
Push
the
them
plate
away.
and then I see everyone pushing it back and I just give it back. I'm like, I would never.
I break
Ever.
off a part of my ration and give it to Clutch and to Pith. I break off corners and give them my ration.
Oh my gosh, I immediately pull out one of my rations and break off a piece and give it to Poo Poo because this is incredible.
Pith just takes the ration from Poo Poo.
Thank you.
I'm not sure where Chaplain's at, but I don't wish to speak to him right now, and I'm going to reach out to two of you while he's not around. I know that it seems abrupt blaming him for this, but it's very good from what I've just understood with a visit from someone last night, that apparently it's good that he didn't get the blood, but that does not cease the fact that my entire tree and my entire home is gone.
Wait.
And I do...
Who visited
Wait,
you?
what?
I'm sorry. Who?
The Grand Chan
Oh,
visited last night.
Okay.
Oh, the dog thing.
Whether you guys want to go or not, I need to go directly to Thorelian.
Oh, okay. Poo Poo, you know I love you. I appreciate what you.
I'm going to, and I put my hand on his lip. No. I'm going to Thorelian, with or without the three of you.
I pull his hand off my lip. That's fine. You tend to do that quite often. You go somewhere, you set in your mindset. All I need to know is what's over in Thorelian that you couldn't get from the Grand Chan last night.
The Grand Chan was here as an illusion last night. He is physically in Thorelian, from what I've gathered, and he says apparently he has great power for me, which is not really why I care to go. Why I care to go is because the Dark Chan is in the Dark Marsh. The Dark Marsh is northeast of Thorelian, and my plan is to go to Thorelian, figure out what it is the Grand Chan wants to do, and then to eventually make it to the Dark Marsh to destroy the Dark Chan. And also, as you might want to know this, the Dark Chan is after some things that we know about, which, once we're around Chaplain, I will discuss a little bit more, so I don't waste my breath.
He was incredibly powerful.
Yeah, I mean, could we even take him on? Realistically? Did you
That's
see
why
what
we
he
need to
did
go to
this tree?
Thorelian and talk to the Grand Chan.
Could you have done this to this tree? No.
No.
He's all
None of us could have.
If he can do this to this tree, then there's a very big chance that he could do it to anything else, and I think that he needs to be stopped, so I will be accompanying you to Thorelian.
Oh man, we have
As you wish.
so much to do. As Mom always said, go with the flow of the river, but if the river's going the other way, you still go with it. So I'm with you.
You guys do not have to come with me. It's not about this. It's not about any of that. When the Grand Chan visited me last night, he explained to me, and I'll give you the too long didn't read version of this. He let me know that the Dark Chan is after the remember the big dragon demon thing that is destroying parts of the world?
You mean the thing that we killed the babies?
Yes, he is after that to control it, is what the Dark
Oh,
Chan is
no.
after.
Oh, well,
Holy
that's...
crap.
Either way,
Not
the
that
reason that
even
I know
up
I
the
need to go to
stakes higher.
Thorelian.
Wait, how many days do we have? And I'm gonna check just whatever would
close
tell me,
is
Brad.
Thorelian?
Until Lorella gets, like, how much time do we have on that situation?
28
Yeah, like-
days.
Yeah, 28.
Oh, golden boy. All right,
But you don't know about that yet.
I don't know that, so I didn't even say that. Do I really not know about that?
No, I haven't told anybody about it.
Ugh, metagaming, John. Fuck you, man.
It was an accident. I get it.
Yeah. All right, I'm with you. I'm with you.
The bottom
with you
line
too.
is that the Grand Chan told me about other Chans as well. And apparently, I don't want to get detailed, but they won't get involved, and neither will the Grand Chan. I think they're scared of the Dark Chan because apparently he's the most powerful. But he's about to find out who's the most powerful after I go to Thorelian.
All right, well, I say we take a chance. Right, I've been saving that one.
continue to read a little. I had a little script in front of me that it looks like I was reading.
Grand Chance.
Yeah.
That was so clutch of you.
Oh, thank.
It's my name. Let's keep it going.
Where's
All right,
Chaplain?
Poo-Poo. I think we should. Well, that's fine, Chaplain. And
Yes, let's find.
is there anything else that you think we could do here? Anything we could possibly take for the adventure?
I think we should talk to my brother and also our uncle and a couple other people about that before we go. But we need to leave soon. It's about I'd say at least a 6 to 8 day journey to Thorellian on the airship.
Okay. Wow.
Okay.
All right.
And you both know, right? You both know what's going to happen when we go to Chaplain.
I don't know.
No,
He's
wait.
going
He
to
can,
not want
he
to
can
go.
be very unpredictable.
Well, he's not going to want to go to Thorellian. He's going to want to go back to his home. And I'm going to go ahead and assume that I understand why, but I'm not going. I'm going to Thorellian.
I know.
Listen,
I just
we'll
hope
figure that out. Listen, you guys, I think you two need to just talk. Okay?
This was a very devastating event. Hopefully, he can see the power of the Dark Chan.
He only sees what
work
his
here.
God sees.
Well, we'll let Chaplain decide, all right?
We have no say in what Chaplain does. I can only hope the group sticks
As
together.
long as he holds his tongue the right way, everything will be fine. I go back to reading.
Yeah, I go
Now,
back.
don't think of it like that. We can't blame Chaplain for this. We really
I don't
can't.
blame Chaplain any longer, but he is at fault, and he knows he's at fault, and the least he can do is apologize.
I'll leave this. I'll leave this between you. This is not my business, but we should at least be civil to each other. If this is
I'll
going to be an
civil, all right.
8-day journey, this is going to be a very long time.
It's going to be a very long time on someone that basically caused my tree to fall down.
Chaplain, what are you doing?
I am changing out a couple spells.
Alright, yeah, I mean, you can do that just during your waking.
So I'm going to replace Revivify right now with Create Food and Water, and then Guardian of Faith with Divination.
Okay, what the fuck is divination?
Your magic and offering put you in contact with your god or god servants. You ask a single question concerning a specific goal, event, or activity to occur within 7 days. The GM offers a truthful reply. The reply might be a short phrase, cryptic in rhyme, or omen. The spell doesn't take into account the possibility of circumstances that might change the outcome, such as casting additional spells or loss or gain of a companion.
Whoa.
If you cast a spell two or more times before finishing your next long rest, there's a cumulative 25% chance for each casting after the first that you'll get a random reading. The GM makes this roll in secret.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn, son.
Okay, what do you want to do? You want to cast divination?
Yeah.
And provide, I'm guessing you generally provide a bunch of fucking food for people. Is that
Yeah.
what create food? and
So
water does?
create food and water. I create 45 pounds of food and 30 gallons of water.
That's fine. Yeah, you can do that and just assume that because there's a bunch of people that like were people that worked in like food and stuff, and they're just dishing food out. So you can essentially create it, and people will go and.
So what I'm
And,
gonna do, I'm gonna cast that twice. So that's 90 pounds of food and 60 gallons of water.
Cool. Yeah, and like first thing, people start handing out some of this food. They're going in, they're grabbing armfuls of food and water, and then taking them back to the tents and stuff like that. At one point, a woman comes in, takes some of it. Eventually, she walks over to the tent with the other three and offers it to them, and they just say no. And then she goes on and hands it out to other people and stuff like that. But yeah, like there's a lot of people like thanking you and stuff. And I presume you did some healing yesterday as well. So
Well, I'm also, I'm gonna, like, all the injured people, I'm gonna go up and do level 2 prayer. Well, I mean, it's always level 2, but prayer
super prayers of
healing.
healing all around. Yeah.
Yes.
It does a lot to heal a lot of people. The you probably would have found out that a lot of the clerics were in the tree when it fell, and they died because they were part of the group of people. There were a lot.
How many people died, Brad? Ish.
I mean,
No numbers have come back, but you're probably looking at like 100.
So I think efforts still need to be going into the building. So
There's
that's
only
like
like 500 people in the tree.
So we lost about a fifth of the community.
Pretty, yeah, it's pretty big in terms of how many.
Well, I'm still going into the tree and like listening for knocking.
But you
and,
wouldn't
like,
know that yet. That would be a thing.
Yeah, no, of course, but that's.
But yeah, like listening for people after I like heal a group of people and like make a bunch of food. I go back into the tree and I start like listening for people and like moving rubble and looking for, and like if I find a dead body, I like put it out and mark it. However, and then keep going through stuff looking for it, and then I'm not casting divination yet. I'm going to do that a little bit. I'm gonna focus on trying to find people.
Sure.
And make my way to the more upper part of the tree, where I knew a lot of people were at, and maybe they somehow survived and they're just under rubble of some sort.
Yeah, you can do all that. That's fine.
Okay.
You can assume that you're doing that all morning. Again, Pozu's kind of flying around above you as you do a lot of these things. Eventually, I guess the others will meet up with you and Pozu or something like that. Like Pozu probably will bring the ship to a stop and come down and check that you guys are okay and what's going on. Presumably, Chaplain, you would notice that the others are there as well. King Timtol is nowhere to be seen at the moment. But Uncle Mooncakes is sat in the tents, just an extremely old man, completely unable to help physically.
Can I go right up to him?
Mm-hmm.
And I want to look at him and just be like, Uncle? Uncle?
Child. He puts a gnarled hand up to you, kind of. He's got like very roomy eyes and shaky hands. He puts a hand on your shoulder, or does that thing that old people do where they grip this bit of your arm for some reason. They do that. Grips the elbow of your arm. Good to see that you are quite fine, child.
And I look at Clutch and I go, you owe him quite a thanking.
That was quite the spell you cast.
Thank you. It was you would have
He
done
doesn't
it for
cast
me.
Spells.
Come on, poo poo. It was
an arrow.
It was a special spell arrow. And
Sparrow.
Even more impressive, you can imbue arrows with spells. You could make a lot of money from that. It's good to see you use it for good.
yeah, absolutely. I know you would have done the same for me. So.
Yes.
I start laughing and chuckling because I don't think that's true.
Can I ask you something?
Mooncake is all right from your knowing. He's not a bad guy.
Can I ask you something, Mr. Moon?
Pretty humble. Of course, yes.
Maybe it's none of my business, but I saw them in the window, right?
Yeah.
I saw them yelling at each other.
Yeah.
What were you guys yelling about?
Oh, I was telling young Timtol to leave me here in the tree and to get himself to safety.
Yeah, makes sense.
He refused.
That makes sense. All right, well, if you need anything, I'll be around. I'm just gonna go help some people down there and just make sure everything's all right?
Yes.
So I'm gonna leave and just keep looking around for people, searching through the rubble, maybe finding some arrows.
If you really want to loot the trash.
I'm not looting. It's just it's to make the better. It's to
precisely
for the
looting.
common good.
Give me a D20.
Come on, baby. Come on.
Oh, it's fucking died out.
What died?
I can't see. What did you roll?
17.
My thing's interrupted. 17. Yeah, you can find a few normal arrows to the sound of 15. You find a quiver of 15 arrows.
All right, thank you.
Over the time.
Appreciate it. Normal though? Are we sure they're normal?
Yeah, they're normal.
All right, for sure.
God dang, John's so greedy.
I'm so greedy today. I don't know what's gotten into me. Told you I was sassy before it started.
If you want to, like, you can truly like fuck off and search through the rubble and try and find some good shit.
I honestly, I mean,
So that has to be a conscious decision on your part
no.
to
Listen.
ignore anyone crying for help.
No.
and just
I'm
walk
helping the
past them
people
and
crying
pick
for
up
help.
a fucking-
This was
all
just
right.
like looking around and just, all right, cool. I'm going back to help people.
All right. Poo Poo, you doing anything? Chaplain, you've probably rejoined the group at this point, or you've at least seen them if you want to.
If Chapel's
he's
rejoining
not-
the group,
No,
I mean,
I'm
he's
not.
like you said,
I'm
is he?
trying to find people. Like Chaplin's just in there trying to find survivors.
Sure. You would assume that generally everyone is out who's a survivor. They're mostly now starting to do the more grim work of clearing out bodies.
Yeah,
And stuff like that.
and I'm doing that. I'm helping them do that because if I'm the only priest there,
How old is Mooncake?
You're not the only priest. It's just a lot of them are gone. For example, the priest of Saloon that you have spoken to is missing, presumed dead.
mm-hmm. Okay.
What did you say, Pippa? Did you
How
say-
old is Mooncakes? And I want to talk to him.
I think he's 700 and something.
I'm gonna
He's
look
like
direct.
ridiculous. He's way too old. He should be dead.
I'm gonna look directly at him and just ask very honestly, what do you know of the Chans?
Let's see if you know.
Like, what is he? Is he a wizard? Like, what is he? Is he anything?
Kind of all satyr, a little bit kind of wizardy. Supposedly in his day, he was more of a like a librarian kind of type. He wasn't a fighter or a famed wizard. Your father was both. Kind of a cross between all three of you brothers, you know, pretty good with an axe, not bad with a bow, capable with spells.
What do you know about the Chans, Mooncakes?
Mooncake, however, was more of a librarian, so he actually has a lot of information about history and things like that. So I'm going to give him advantage on this history roll. He says, the Chans, the ancient wizards, yes?
Yes.
I recall an old tome. It spoke of the Chans, supposedly born of the Everflow itself as a single being, split into the different types of magic that there are, one for enchantment, one for conjuration, another for the dark necromancy that I'm presuming brought down our home.
And what's the story behind them? How long have they been about? And
Well, I believe that they're a fable, child. You'll not find a Chan, I'm sure.
I look at him. I give him a real deep, longing stare. Like, it's obvious that I'm being like, they're real. One visited me last night.
Give me a persuasion check.
If he doesn't believe me, I'm going to say it again with an intimidation check.
Give it to him.
Not 100% how that works, but sure.
Whoa. Nice fail.
You don't even sound convincing to yourself. You sound a little bit crazy right now. You look crazy. Everyone's crazy. Everyone's been through this thing. Everyone's in a bit of shock. The old man's just the old man's extremely old, right? He's used to telling you, like, this old dude, every now and then you'd go and visit him and he'd tell you a story from one of his old books. This is the type of thing that you would have probably heard him tell a story about, you know? Oh, there are 8 Chans, blah, 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 blah. So,
Then go. Well, you obviously don't believe me.
It's not that I don't believe you, child.
You wouldn't believe your own kin.
If this guy dies, I'm gonna be so mad.
It's just that, well, nobody's confirmed that the Chans exist. If you're saying one has visited you, then I'll believe that what you think you saw.
I did. Why? What's the story behind the Chans?
The old fable says there are 8, one for each school of magic.
You've already said this, old man. Listen.
Sages.
Listen to me clearly. What is the story about them outside of the fact that they are some kind of magic born, some kind of Everflow born, Did they have a falling out? Did something bad happen between them? Is one, do you hear, or do they have a father?
I know not that much. They say one is an animal of a different kind.
And one's a dog.
I'm sure one is likely to be a dog or something, yes. You must understand this is
Dying.
an old fable. There's no lore around it at all.
I'm going to leave you before I want to choke you with your old age, old man. I love you, though, and thank you for the information.
Yes, if we are able to scavenge the old tome from the libraries, I'll let you know.
You're not scavenging anything.
It's a storybook, though.
What's
A
this
tome
book
of
called?
knowledge.
Tome of Knowledge?
Fucking one. I do not remember.
Come on.
I'm very old, and it's a book I remember reading in my youth.
Do you know anybody else that would know about this book that's around right now?
Well, you could find someone older even than I. But they
Like an
say
elf?
the chants are as old as magic itself. They are as old as time.
I'm just like jotting things down in front of him.
There's fuck all knowledge on the chance.
Yeah, he's a fucking
He's
worthless
like,
old shit.
why'd I save him with an arrow? It's because of.
He read a child's storybook 700 years ago, and you're asking him to fucking tell you the facts of this fucking thing.
Yeah, there's.
Where's my brother?
He's not around. You haven't seen him.
I walk away from the old man, but before I do, I put my hand on his shoulder and I go, "You owe my friend Clutch something. Come up with it before we leave."
Yes, of course. I'll give him his dues. I think I have quite the pet.
Good. We'll be gone probably within the next few hours.
Yes, I'll find you.
And I walk away from him and I look at Pith and I'm like, "Pith, hey, Pith.
Yeah, yes.
Are you eating again?"
No. Why would you think I'll be eating again?
And you're spitting out and wasting the food.
No.
I look at the ground right there. I see the
That's
food
not
on the
mine.
ground right there.
That's not mine. I didn't do that.
That is your food. I just watched
That's
you
not
spit it out
mine.
of your mouth.
That's not mine.
You are lying to my face.
What was the question you wanted to ask me?
I just asked you. You're eating food, right?
No.
You liar. It's right there. Pick it up. Eat it. Eat it.
You talk about this?
Eat your food.
If you insist.
I do. Come on. We must find Clutch and Chaplin.
All right. And Pith just shrugs it off and starts following you.
You can pretty easily find them.
Yeah,
What are you talking about?
Clutch and Chaplin are inside.
I'm going to have my own laugh about that now.
Pozu is also inside with Clutch and Chaplin. When he sees you, Clutch, he'll run over, immediately bring his goggles up on his head.
Oh, hey, how are you guys doing?
Hey, we're doing okay, man. I think, sadly, I think we've gotten everyone out who's still alive. There's still a couple.
This is the worst thing I've ever seen.
I know, buddy. It's okay. I know. It's rough, right? But hey,
Oh, my heart.
Pozu, look at me. Pozu, look at me. This is gonna make you stronger than you've ever been before. Do you feel stronger?
No.
Exactly. Give it a week. It'll make you stronger. Experience makes you stronger, okay, buddy?
Yeah.
You want a hug?
So, yeah.
All right, come here, man. Come here. I go down. I crouch over.
Arms.
Give him
Give you a little hug.
a little hug.
And then I guess Poo-Poo and Pith, you can head in.
Okay.
Clutch, Chaplin's probably like across the room a little ways. You'll have witnessed this somewhat. It's just a lot of, there's obviously again there's a lot of just general satire around guards and able-bodied common folk just doing their thing.
So we're on the, are we on the ship right now?
No, you're in the tree.
We're in the tree. Okay.
Yeah.
And everybody's there, including everybody.
Everyone's there.
Is the king there?
No.
Chaplain.
Uh-oh.
From across the room, I yell at him.
Doesn't respond.
Chaplain.
Awkward.
He starts going off into another room.
I fucking fouled the hell out of him.
Oh dear.
Leave him. Leave him.
Does he close himself in an empty room with me?
Pit
that's
starts,
up to
Pit
him,
starts
man.
nervously eating again.
Chaplain is just looking for people.
I put my hand as I get behind him on his shoulder.
Mm-hmm. You just see me. I just like look over at you. I'm like, what is it? Are you here to blame me for this tree?
You're here to talk to me now. Or are you going to be an asshole?
You should think about who's being the asshole here.
Let me put this lightly to you. If you wouldn't have shot that jar of goo out of my hand or out of the sky when I threw it to him, there's a possibility my tree would still be here. There is a little bit of blame that's going to lie on you from me. Probably
Okay.
for quite a while.
Tell me
Shut your
for
mouth and listen to
you
me for one
shut your
second.
mouth.
You
Tell
shut
me
your.
for a
I can't
fact
old person.
that you know that he would have. No, I resist that shit.
Don't resist shit.
There we go. I love when they get
I'm gonna
heated.
make him listen to me. God damn it!
All right.
Was it wisdom?
It's a whiz save, and you have to beat whatever it is.
I'm very intent on doing this. Damn it!
16 bitch, you got double fail.
Can I double? Can I? Dispel. I can't.
No,
dispel
you gotta listen to him. Depending on, is
Okay.
the whole person a stun?
It's a paralyzed. It's a
Paralyzed,
paralyzed.
yeah.
Yeah.
All
So
right,
I
then
get
you're
another. Tell me when I can make another save.
How long is it? I think it's 10
in
minutes.
about a minute. You
Is
got
it about a minute?
A
I just
minute?
look at him and I only say like briefly. I'm just like, listen,
Let me know
I'm
when I
gonna
can.
need your help, and you're going to need mine in the future. I might cast a little blame on you, but the Grand Chan visited me last night and explained a few things, and I thank you to a degree for shooting it out of the air. Because apparently if you would have gotten it, it would have been a lot worse. But you still have to understand that my entire tree and my entire village is dead now. I'm going to look past this, but of course I was mad and I'm here to apologize to you, not to scrutinize or yell at you. So listen for just a second and I take the spell down.
You see, Chaplain, he's really mad. This is what you don't understand. You get your way. We come to the Great Hollow Tree, you know, arguing with all that. My people are enslaved by a race they've never seen before.
Then go home.
You know what? I will go home. Because you know what? This is all we've been doing is worried about your family. You know what? It might be our fault for showing up here. Maybe they're looking for us, looking for that blood. You know what? That guy, there's no way that you know that it shot out of his hand that he wasn't, if he got that blood, he might just even blight to this tree regardless.
You made
So
a
you-
rash decision.
Yeah, no. I've already seen what happens when the side of evil wins and we give in to their demands. And it's never worked out well for us. I'm not happening it again.
And I
Right?
understand that you believe in your gods and I believe the way that I believe.
And there's nothing we can do against that because, you know what, we're going to be stubborn in both our ways. Are we
I don't
not?
really care about being stubborn anymore, but I'm going to Thorelian. Immediately. As soon as this is over, as soon as these conversations is over, as soon as I speak to my brother, I'm leaving either by foot or by the airship for Thorelian. If you'd like to know why, I can explain it to you. But if you're just going to argue and just go back home and save your people, which I understand, but I have that sneaking suspicion saving your people from the orcs is not going to be as important as saving. And I look at him and I kind of like, you can kind of tell I get like this like look in my face and he can see it because he's known me for so long.
Mhm.
That apparently we have to fucking save the world again.
What is going on in Thorelian? Why do we have to go to Thorelian? Because you have to understand, we can't just take Pith to Thorelian.
Last night, the Grand Chan visited me.
Mm-hmm.
And when he visited me, he expressed how powerful, as his name is the Dark Chan. That is who visited us yesterday. The Dark Chan is after that obsidian devil. You know that devil that is destroying towns and
We killed
villages?
its babies, yes.
Yes. He's trying to take control of that. The Grand Chan has asked me to come to Therilion, and he has great power for me. Sadly, I don't really care about the great power right now. I care about taking down the Dark Chan. The problem with it is the only way I'm apparently going to know any more about this, since you know how the Grand Chan is. He just up and vanished when we were mid-conversation last night.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that you care about your people, but this Dark Chan situation is much bigger than that. And you being the god-invoking person you are should understand that.
But it's also important that your people need to be safe. There could be alive people in here.
I'm not arguing with you on that.
Who else said they were going to Therilion?
Both of the others. Pith
and what?
And Shep.
So we have to we have to go we have to go into Therilion with Pith. Here's the problem. We have Arendelle that's gonna probably assassinate Pith on
I will
sight.
kill Arendelle if he gets involved at this point.
The old powerful wizard that dug through your head?
Yep.
That he'll like he I don't
swear it
know.
on my tree.
The only thing I can think about doing is somehow taking him out of power. I don't know how to do that.
At this point in time, the thought process of doing anything with him is almost null and void. The thing is, we actually probably need him. But the problem with it is he wants to kill Pith. I understand this is a very awkward situation, and I understand the whole thing. I don't know how to figure it out yet, but I'm going to need you there to help me with this. All of it, including that situation you're speaking of right now. I've been with you for the last month, and then I spent a year in hell. All of this is bullshit, and it's bullshit that we even need to do any of this. We just saved the world, and already it's going to shit again. Somebody wants to kill our best friend. There's some Dark Chan piece of shit trying to kill everybody. He just took down my tree. You have orcs in your home trying to destroy it. I'm sure Barrow's Bottom's been attacked by that dumbass obsidian dragon, so Pith's going to want to go there. Something back home has happened to Clutch, but the secret is right now is what are we going to do? What order are we doing these things in? How long do we wait before one thing gets worse or the other? How long do we wait till this Dark Chan takes a hold of the Obsidian Devil? This isn't just on you and your gods that you believe in. This is why I'm upset with you. I'm upset with you because you make rash decisions sometimes because of your beliefs. I ask that you stop doing that all the time because you have to think about it. There are more people out there than you, and there are more people that believe in that, and I know that as well. And I know that I've made rash decisions, but you have to think about this. This is much bigger than all of us.
Whew. Here's the thing. There's nothing. You're looking at the small mind of everything. You said it yourself. The Great Chan came to you and said, if he got in that blood, the Grand Chan got everything from you, right? If he got in that blood, more people would have died.
That was the Dark Chan.
Yeah, the Dark Chan. What I'm saying that you said the Grand Chan came to you last night.
He did.
And he told you that if he had gotten the Dark Chan gotten that blood, he would have killed more people than the tree. Supposedly.
He didn't say that exactly. He said that there would have been potentially more casualties.
But you also say potentially that it's my fault that the tree got blown up because all this.
Did I not just apologize to you for that?
I don't feel like I still feel like you're still blaming me for this.
I still feel like you're trying to turn this on to me, like I didn't just give you a very reasonable explanation as to you need to stop making rash decisions because of your religions.
I am a priest. I follow my religions, and that's what I'm gonna do. If you're
I
upset
understand
about
that, but you're going to get yourself or me or someone else you love killed.
Hey guys!
And
do you realize that when you did that, we could have potentially avoided anything? Yes, maybe he would have become more powerful or whatever it is, but you realize that you don't know either.
But you don't know if he would have if he got in the blood, would have blown up your tree.
Just
so
as much as you don't know.
You gotta stop thinking of every predictable thing and start thinking about if that evil creature.
You're still avoiding what I said.
What am I avoiding?
You're avoiding that you make rash decisions based on your religion. I'm asking you, before you get someone killed, to think a little clearer before you make a quick decision.
I remember. Do you remember when the jewel in my head turned black?
I do.
I was cursed by the everflow of some sort, right? Yeah. Well, let me tell you right now. that guides me, and that reminds me of when to do the right thing and the wrong, and what happens when I do the wrong thing, and how that turns against me. So if you want to really judge me, and you felt that excruciating pain in your head from defying whatever power that was bestowing that on me, from making...
I was in hell for a year.
Are you always going to throw that in our face?
And are you always going to throw your gem and your religion in our face?
Well, here's the thing. You're always going to throw that you were in hell or this
I brought it up
that.
maybe once to you.
No, it's been at least 15 times. I swear to God. Because you have to understand. If you say you've been in hell for a year, that's great. We saved you from hell. We went there, or whatever plane that was.
Pardon
and we
me
got
for
you
1
from
second.
there.
Just 1 second, Chaplain. I turn around. I go and open the door. I go, Pith! Clutch! Will you please come in here?
Yes, of course. What's up?
Yeah, we weren't
Thank you.
listening. Yeah, we didn't hear anything.
How much did you hear?
I
want to know. I want
Nothing.
to insight check if they had their ears against the door.
Actually, can we roll for
To
perception?
be
I
fair,
mean-
they probably could have heard everything because this is a destroyed trait.
We're obviously lying. Nothing.
Nothing. I didn't hear anything.
We were talking about.
I look at Chaplain even though we're arguing. I go.
We were talking about
Listen.
the airship.
Listen.
Airship.
Listen.
Eggship.
Listen.
Yep.
Both of you.
Okay.
All three of you.
All right.
Chaplain, regardless of what you keep saying to me, I'm not ignoring it, and I take in what you're saying. But I need you to take in what I'm saying. I may talk about hell, I may talk about this and that, but we're a group, all four of us. And we need to start making decisions as a group. If you want to use your religion as a reason to make a decision, I understand that's your following and that's your scripture or whatever it is. And I'm not trying to turn anybody on anybody, but can't we all agree that we need to not make any rash decisions?
Well, sure.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, this is crazy coming out of you. Yeah, absolutely.
Such as Rash is giving evil blood to an evil baboon creature.
I was going to give him that because if you looked at Clutch at that moment, and you looked at me, and you looked at even all of us, you would have noticed that everybody was hurting.
Yeah, I was
He
pretty
looked
hurt.
obviously more powerful than all of us, and this is what I mean by it isn't just about you casting the spell and destroying the jar. It's about the fact that there was no way, regardless of however you feel, that we were going to be able to defeat him right then and there. And you took that risk.
Yo, I got it. Here's moving forward. We just need a code word. This is so simple. I used
scoff.
to no. Listen. I know you think it's silly. Our code word is either kill or don't kill.
That is a terrible code.
Oh, well, we gotta code it. Yeah, you're right. I didn't encode it.
Right.
Okay.
Coding it is either Kai, like we're about to say kill, but we don't. Kai or no Kai.
I mean, we don't even know how powerful he was.
I'm just saying that's like how we can tell if we're all down
He's a
to Kai.
Chan.
But you know what? Even if I died, even if that creature would have killed me, I protected so many other lives from that creature from getting that blood. Potentially, how many people could have been dead?
Remember a moment
because
ago when
of
you
that.
told me I just don't know, and I don't know what would have happened if what would have happened or wouldn't
I
have
don't
happened?
know. I'm just using your words against you.
This is pointless. Why are we still arguing about this? We can't just place the blame on anyone. There
I'm
are
not
people
trying to blame
dead.
anybody.
This tree is completely fallen. We need to make a decision. We're wasting time.
She's right.
We have to go somewhere.
I'm not going anywhere with Chaplain if he continues to make rash decisions.
Chaplain is that's who
Because of his
Chaplain
religion.
doesn't just make rash decisions.
Yeah.
He makes decisions based on what he thinks is good for the group. So do you. But you have very different mindsets about things. This is going to happen. But we really need to work together. We can't just say, I did this, he did this. We need to move forward. Let's take a vote. Chaplain, if you want to go somewhere else, maybe we should go somewhere else. But Poo Poo Cakes, I am with you. And I'm with you, Chaplain. And I'm with you, Clutch. We have to stop this arguing.
I look down at my little notepad and I start reading out of annoyance.
Poo-poo!
I've made my case with this situation. I'm not upset anymore and I haven't been mad, but you have to both understand that there have been multiple times now, regardless of what I've done too, where we have had to make a decision based on his
Poo-poo,
religion.
look at me. Why are we here right now? Why did we come here?
We came
because
here so
in
I
your
could see my
mind,
family.
so you could see your family. We put aside all the things that we had to do. I don't know where my father is. He's in the middle of the desert. I put that aside for this moment right now to come see your family. So don't say for a second that we're not putting things on the line for you as well.
That's very confusing. How did you put away what? Do you care to express yourself a little bit on that?
Oh, you're asking about my feelings for once? That's so nice of you. I have things that I need to do back in my hometown, but I thought that this would be more important.
I walk out of the room.
What he always does. All right, you two, what are we doing? What's next?
We gotta help people here.
I go to find my brothers.
There's guards. We can set up the guards with a plan. They can get people situated. We've already cleared out. We've been here for a full 24 hours.
I don't. He started talking about Thorellian. I don't know why we need to go.
No,
Thorellian.
there's some good points about Thorellian.
There are some really things we need to address Thorellian.
But that's the problem. Pith, you can't go to Thorellian.
I know I can't go to Thorellian.
If we go, as soon as we step into Thorellian, they're gonna kill you.
But we're not actually stepping in. We're flying in.
There's a risk I'm willing to take, and I don't even have to go in. I could just stay on the airship.
Yeah, but you know, it's very the airship sticks out like a sore thumb.
It does.
What you have to think there is, as soon as we get there, Arendelle is a powerful wizard.
He is.
I saw him dig through Poo-Poo's head. I mean, he probably already knows what we're thinking all the way over here. As soon as we get even to close to the border, he probably is gonna know that we're there. So as soon as we approach Thorellian, the only way I can think is Corellian's in chaos. But I don't know if it's I don't even know what the status of Thorellian's in right now. And plus, I don't even remember how to get in.
That's a good point. I can't remember either. I know it was some tree.
Here's
and
what we have to lay out.
Sort of fell in.
Timing-wise, what is the most important thing for us to do? Because from what Poo-Poo told me about Thorellian, things are happening and things are getting scary.
Yes. And we can tie this together with the dragons.
Yes.
I mean, if that goat thing, whatever, the baboon thing, if he gets that dragon, there's no telling what he could do with it.
The baboon killed himself, right?
That's what we saw.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't believe he's dead.
I don't believe. I think so. From what I could tell, that was a possession. I've never seen anything like it. That thing killed itself right there. Mm-hmm. So it's powerful, yeah. But I mean, where do we go to?
I mean, Chaplain, I know there's some things going down at your home too. So
I mean, there's nothing that's going to happen either way from it, because as far as I know, that no one can get to the island because it's a cliff all sides, and they're not leaving the island. As far as I can, the orcs don't even have a navy.
So we have time.
We have time, but I mean, it's just people are enslaved. I mean,
Chaplain, what are you concerned about here?
Right now, the people that could be potentially dying beneath our feet.
I have a proposition. What if I stayed here and not went to Thorellian with you? And possibly you could go and I could stay in your stead and help people here.
I walk back in the room.
And you could all go. And then without the risk of taking me. I mean, the last thing I want to do is split up, but perhaps that would be a solution. I would be happy to help people here.
But the problem is that we don't know what Arendelle could just eradicate us, because as far as they know, we've been dead for the past year. They probably They probably still think we're dead. And as soon as we show
does
up,
not think we're dead. He knows we're alive.
How's he know we're alive?
Because he was in my head the other day.
Why does everyone go to your head? Why doesn't no one come to my head?
Why are we just finding out about this now?
Because if I would have told you, you would have told us that we have to do X, Y, and Z right away, and I don't trust your judgments like that.
What's going on?
We can't keep things from each other. We are a group.
Can keep whatever I want in my head.
Well, would you tell us, please,
I want to stop all three of you for 1 second. I walked away before I just decided to never speak to any of you again. My entire tree just fell down and was destroyed by someone. I'm trying to talk as rationally as possible without getting overly emotional with all three of you, including getting overly emotional with something that I think may just be stupid and maybe I'm whining about. I walked away because if I didn't walk away, I was going to walk away from you three forever and take this on my own. And I don't want to do that.
I think you're being very dramatic.
And I think I'm being very dramatic. How am I being dramatic? And I kick open as hard as I can one of the doors and I go, I'm being dramatic, Pith. Look, I take her and I shove her out the door. Look, and I point at a kid that's got a broken fucking leg. Look at that kid. I'm being dramatic.
Him. We're here with you. We're trying to make a decision. We don't know what's going to happen. I mean, I'm not saying it's... I'm just saying if you were going to walk away from the only people who have been with you for a very long time...
And all my people here need me more than they've ever needed me right now.
Then why do you want to go to Therelion?
Because some weird awkwardness in me tells me that I trust the Grand Chan more than I trust anybody in this room. Because the Grand Chan actually knows what's happening, and he's probably got a lot more insight on a lot of this. It isn't that I don't want to do these things that you guys want to do. It isn't that I don't want to go save these people in other worlds. It's not like that. I'm not making these decisions based on my selfish needs at this point. I'm making these decisions based on the fact that I look at Clutch, your father being missing, which is very confusing that you brought that up to me. I don't know. I don't understand. I have no clue what's going on with that. I look at Clutch, Chaplain. I have a complete understanding that your people are enslaved and you want to save them. Pith, I'm sure there's some shit going down at Barrow's Bottom that we don't even know about. But all I see right now is something came to me and something important to me came to me and told me I needed to do this.
And you didn't tell us about it.
And I sadly agree with Pith.
And you didn't tell us about it.
I just told you about everything. What are you confused about?
No, Arendelle. He's talking about Arendelle.
You didn't tell us about Arendelle.
He's talking about the Grand Chan. You're thinking about Arendelle.
But they...
Speaking about Grand Chan coming to me last night.
Yes, but they coexist. You need to be honest with us from the beginning of anything you have, because we are your group. Period. This is all you get.
We wanted to stop him.
Well, for the first time ever, I can say I agree with Chaplain on something, that I kept it hidden and still could keep what I've heard, all of it hidden, because it's going to save your life, Pith.
Wait, what did Arendelle say to you? So he knows we're alive. Is he coming for us right now?
He's going to kill Lorella in 28 days if we don't bring Pith to him.
Huh.
I look back down at my book.
That's convenient you tell us that now.
Well, it was 2 days ago that I was told, so there was only 30 days in total, and I wasn't going to tell you at all, because to be personally honest, you mean a lot more to me than this Lorella. Because now that I've said that, now we're going to have to go on the Thorm fans of somebody like Chaplain thinking, oh, well, now we have to save her as well. Well, the problem that I'm trying to point out is we can't save everybody and we can't do everything.
But we can
I'm going to try to save
try.
the people that I care about. Well, you can damn well try, but I'm not going to risk my life to get rid of people like Pith that I love.
Yeah, you know what's fucked up about all that? Lorella fought by our side while Pith was gone. There's that bond of battle that exists there, and you're just forgoing that because you're having a hissy fit. Because you think you know what's right for the whole group, and don't even disguise. Yes, you are having a hissy fit.
Are you talking rationally right now? Is a hissy fit? You want to save everybody, Chaplain. You can't do that, and you hate it.
Yeah, I do hate it. You know what? I fucking don't give up trying. I don't give up
saying you should give up trying,
go in the corner and be like, no, I can't go on with this anymore because logically in my mathematics and all in my head doesn't make sense anymore. So I'm just going to give up in the fucking corner. No, I'm not going to do that.
I'm not saying that. You're angry and out of control at this point in time. Think about this. I've been nothing but reasonable since I've tried to talk to you.
Says the guy who kicks open a door to show us that the destruction that we just watched happen.
Right, like listen, I kind of ran away from the tree.
Nobody is in a right mental state to be making these big decisions. We all need to take a second, get on that ship, and we do need to go somewhere. That is for sure. I think we're all pretty much in agreement where we need to go and start heading at least. We can figure out the details on the ship. To go to Therelion, that's going to take days. So we can figure out the plan on the ship.
But the only big problem with going to Therelion is Pith.
Which is why I said
maybe it's best if I just didn't go at all.
Yeah, but this is always gonna be a problem.
It-
You want?
As soon as they found out you're alive, they're going to be hunting you just like they did Quinlan.
And we won't be with you. We are the strongest when we are together. Period. I don't care what anyone says. We need to work together, and we need to figure this out. So let's get on that ship. Let's start heading towards Thorellian, and we will figure this out.
I'm gonna find a way to speak with the elf lord before we get there. I'm sorry that you guys all think that I'm overreacting or anything like that, but
No,
I think we all understand that
this is a
the
rough
world
time.
is in a lot more danger than. And I look at Chaplin pretty fiercely. We cannot save everybody. And even if you want to try, you're going to get more people killed by trying to save everybody, including us.
Okay. Let's go to the ship. We'll talk about it there.
I'm done talking about anything farther than this.
I leave the room before I even hear that.
Nah, I just leave the room.
I sit down and I start reading and writing again.
Are you not going to come with us?
It's not that I'm not going to come with you. I'm just going to try to remember this moment as best I can and write some of it down. Because at this point in time, you can't look me in the eyes, and you can't tell me, regardless of arguing, that if Chaplin tries to save everybody that he wants to save, he's going to get us or someone he loves killed. And I'm not going to let that happen. So I'm trying to figure out a way to get him to understand and get past his fucking religion.
I think that's going to be very difficult, but
You're right. But maybe you guys should have a little bit of my back on that, because you know just as well as I do that if we try to save everyone that's here, everyone right now, you, me, the tree, Lorella, the world, we try saving everyone, we should focus on everyone, which is the world, not on one or two people.
okay, Poo Poo. And Pith just leaves.
All right, Clutch.
Yep.
As you leave,
Mm-hmm.
the old man, Sata,
My pet.
Uncle Mooncakes, Uncle Mooncakes approaches you.
Yeah, I don't know this.
And on his arm, he has a very large glove, and sat upon the glove is a falcon. And he takes the glove off,
Yeah.
lets the falcon loose up into the sky, and it begins to circle above him, and he hands you the glove. He says,
This is for you. Wear the glove only once. Wear it for a day, and you will attune to that falcon. His name is David. He is a gift from me to you.
Wait, you're giving me your Valken?
Yes.
I quickly put on the glove, and all I have to do is put this on for a day, and I get a Valken.
Well, yes, you can keep the glove so that you can rest on it without scratching at your arms. And he should respond to your basic commands. Go, stay, scout.
Thank you so much.
You'll need to feed him
What does he like to eat? I'll feed him whatever he wants.
strips of fresh meat, usually. You can let him hunt, and he should be able to find something himself. Maybe a while before he comes back.
Okay, just to clarify, he's a normal Valken, right? Nothing crazy I should know about him.
Well, he's extremely intelligent, and there is some small magic within the glove that will bind him to you. Sort of an animal bond.
So if I lose this glove, I lose David.
Well, if someone else puts it on, he may feel kinship with them over you.
I call David down. David!
Yes, he's not likely to respond for a couple of hours.
Oh, okay.
Just keep the glove on.
Okay, thank you. Can I give you a hug?
Yes, I suppose, if that is your custom.
Yeah, it's sort of my custom. Thank you so much.
Yes, well, my thanks to you, of course. This is a gift from one man to another for saving my life with that magical arrow.
I really appreciate that. And I go back to the ship and you just see me like walking away from him going, David!
The falcon like circles around above you, but like you'd like see he's like eyeing you up. That fucking falcon eye that they do, and he's flying around. But he's kind of sticking near you, but he's not quite.
He's not into me yet. All right, I'm gonna make this falcon love me. All right.
Let me give you falcon.
If this bird dies ever in my life, I'll lose it.
My rules with animals in general are always the same. If you like purposefully throw it into harm's way, if you're like, David, attack that fucking orc, then there's obviously the chance that it will die. If you use it for just like basic scouting and things, then you
probably won't kill it.
Yeah, like if you
unless I send it into like a dangerous tree line.
Yeah, other than that, in general, it's got like plot armor on where it's just flying just out of harm's way at all times. You know what I'm saying?
I think the falcon. I think the falcon's smarter than me.
It's not. It's technically got like a 2 intelligence.
Okay, cool.
But it's smart in that it will know your basic commands, kind of thing.
Awesome.
You'll be bonded to it. Like it won't be as hardcore as the normal ranger thing. I'll give you the rules around it.
Perfect.
You'll be able to do it. You'll be able to command it to do things. What it's going to be really useful for, mechanically, I would say, is like scouting ahead of you guys, checking areas out. You can fucking launch that thing into a fucking cave. And
what's its range? Forever.
Well, its range is just whatever. It's a falcon. It's free of you, but it has a flying. Its movement is a flying 60 feet of movement within one action.
Cool.
So yeah, you will. I'll tell you like how to fucking use it mechanically if you ever and stuff.
That's for using my arrow.
Yeah, you just have a pet bird now, basically.
Awesome.
And it's a falcon, so it's not the worst thing. I guess a little while later, Pozu, you, Pith, and Chaplin, you're on the ship as Pozu's making ready to take off.
Are we taking off? Have we decided that we're taking off?
I don't know, but whatever. You were headed for the ship, right?
Yeah.
No, I headed out to like a tree. I was gonna prepare my divination spell.
Cool.
And
yeah. Poo Poo, where are you? Are you still in the tree thing?
I went to look for my brother. If anybody.
Yeah. Okay. So you'll actually find him way back out at the sparkling pond, which is pretty much fucked, covered in debris and destruction, but the pool of water still weirdly sparkles. He is there. Next to him are 2 bodies. One is Mr. Suna, and the other is his wife, Queen Kusha. He is standing next to the bodies. Behind him is the body of the Dark Chan, the baboon. In King Timtal's hand is the staff that the Dark Chan was holding, the one with the ram skull head, and he's kind of looking down at the bodies. As you approach, he turns to you, his eyes kind of red and raw. He looks back at the little crumpled mess of a body that's the 2. Mr. Suna and his wife are kind of laid with their arms crossed, but the body of the baboon is still where it fell before the slit throat, just in a crumpled mess. And he holds the staff up and looks back at the baboon, and then as you approach, he says,
"This one, was it? I take it from the powers I sense."
Yes, and beforehand, I go over to him and I kind of slowly gesture to reach for the staff, and I go, "I think you should give that to me."
He like looks at it and says,
"Fear not, I do not want an undead wife. I just want."
He holds it out to you. You can take the staff. He says,
"I would just rather she be alive, but I'm not going to mess with necromancy. You can see what that has done."
He looks over at the tree
turns back and says, I suppose you and yours are going after him?
Slowly, yes.
He puts a hand on your shoulder and says, Brother, I would like to be alone, but I want you to find him, and I want you to kill him, and I want you to bring me his fucking head.
Oh.
I'll do more than bring you his head when this is said and done, brother. Before I go, and I give him like a really good once-over. One second, I gotta look at my inventory real quick. Where's that? I have those white tiger pelts that I had, and I take 2 of them out of my inventory out of the 3, and I give him 2 of them, and I said, cover them in this. Give them a good burial, and hopefully I'll be back in a few weeks. And do me a huge favor and take care of our people, because obviously I can't be here to do it because there's bigger things at hand. And I'm sorry. And I reach out to embrace him, and when I embrace him and give him a hug, I whisper into his ear something that I'll message Brad.
He embraces you back.
Secret.
I like
Send nudes.
And
How'd you know?
where are you messaging it?
What was that?
Where
Well,
did you
it's
message
not important to give you right at this very moment, so I'll send it to you.
He says, there will be a vigil for our people, I'm sure, but first we must gather ourselves. And he says, good luck, brother.
Good luck to you, brother. And before I go, though, I go over to his wife, and Mr. Suna, and I kiss both their foreheads and grab their hands and cradle them for a second.
Mr. Suna.
When you
And I
grab
let go
Mr.
of the
Suna,
hands.
you get a strange feeling for a moment, just a little kind of like a tingle from his fingers for a moment, and then it passes.
Can I roll something?
Sure.
Well, how about Arcana for that, firstly?
Yeah.
19.
Mr. Suna was a witch doctor. He was quite in tune with the dead. This was little more than just Mr. Suna has some small level of power from the beyond. It was just a little to you.
I sent you on WhatsApp what I said, by the way.
Nothing, nothing crazy.
Let's slide in that WhatsApp.
When that happens, can I also roll a religion check to see what kind of witch doctor he was? Like, which way he leaned? Would I be able to figure that out? Like, was he a little more into, like, the dark arts?
The dark arts.
You would probably just know, to be honest. He's just a shaman, which relies on just spirit craft and things like that. It's kind of like a voodoo thing. It's not necessarily like evil or good, but it is in the realm of like necromancy. But it's not necessarily like necromancy magic. It's more like, you guys have seen ghosts. There are zombies. There are skeletons. You've seen all this kind of shit. He just has a particular skill in that area.
I want to look at my brother and say something.
With the ghosts and stuff. Yeah.
I look at my brother and, brother,
Yes,
this is going to seem very weird, but I'm going to give Mr. Suna a one-over and investigate and just kind of look through his goods and his pockets and everything quickly. Are you okay with this? You're the king. I'll listen to your word. There's a reason for this, though.
Yes.
I want to do an investigation check on Mr. Suna, and I want to look for anything that could be of importance for me to take. And I also want to investigate why my fingers tingle.
Well, you know why your fingers tingle. It was
just because he was magic per se.
It was Mr. Suna's tiny little goodbye to you from beyond the grave. That was all. Not anything like he can be brought back. Not anything like he's still alive in there somewhere. It's just that he maybe takes a little longer to pass from the mortal realm to becoming a spirit inside the Everflow, that kind of thing.
You want me to roll an investigation roll to investigate him?
Yeah, you can find shit on him. I mean, you don't need to really investigate.
Okay.
He hasn't necessarily got any like secret shit on him. He actually doesn't have a lot on him. He does. He has his little necklace around his neck of the little rat bones and skulls and stuff like that. He has all of these brass chain like links, like bracelets that run up all of his arms, and he's got lots of old metal piercings and things like that all across his body. He actually has nothing of worth on him.
I want to take one of these bracelets though, as a commemorance of him.
Sure, yeah, you can take a bracelet. Just a brass bracelet, not necessarily worth a lot. Very old, homemade kind of.
Does
thing.
he have 4 of them on?
He's got fucking like hundreds of them on, dude.
I take 4. I take 4 to give to the others.
Okay. Yep.
Oh.
As you, I guess, step away, the king stands up because he's been looking at the body of the baboon, and he hands you 3 items: 2 potions and a dagger, which looks more like a ceremonial dagger.
My brother was in my mind.
He says, "These are the only things on him."
Do we know what these potions are?
Not one for alchemy, me brother.
Can I look at the potions and roll an arcana on them?
You can roll an investigation because they're not magic. Yeah.
Okay.
Potions aren't actually a magic.
18.
thing. Roll me 2. I think it's D10. Yeah, 1 second. That's here. Table. Let me find my tables.
Hello there.
Let me find my tables.
Let me find my tables.
Let me find my tables. I'll tell you what. You will know what they are. And
Okay.
we'll roll it in just a second.
No problem.
I can't remember where my thing is.
I put the dagger in a little thing on my side, on my waist, and I take the potion, I put him away, and I look at my brother one more time, and I grab his face, and I kiss him. And I go, "Good luck, brother. Don't forget what I told you."
He says, "Waylay your fears, brother. I trust you as I always have."
I walk away.
Sure. You head off back to the roll me. Here we go. D100. 2 D100.
2 D100s?
Yeah.
T00. Nothing. 63 and 92.
2. Two.
I've lost my
roll
pen.
Roll me another one.
But I've lost my pen.
Just use your blood.
100. Just use your... Hold on.
100. No, you need to roll me another one.
What?
Oh wait, no, you don't.
100? You rolled 100?
Damn
Yeah, well,
right.
these are not potion tables. These are just random items.
Oh.
But you need to hit a potion for me basically to roll me another one. Okay, easy.
73.
Okay, 1 is a potion of Cloud Giant Strength, and 1 is a potion of Invulnerability. So write
What?
them down, and I'll send you just shit.
Invulnerability
later on.
and what else?
Cloud Giant Strength.
That sounds cool.
Superpower strength.
That sounds ridiculous.
That
What the
sounds
fuck is that even?
amazing. Could that have saved the tree?
No.
No.
Cloud Giant Strength will give someone like a strength of I think like 23 or something like that.
I think it's like, well, I don't know how it is in 5e.
It breaks your strength for a bit. You just become broken with strength.
Love it.
For a little while. So Chaplain,
Yes.
you want a divination spell it?
Yeah, so I'm putting up that shield with the symbol of saloon on it, and like I'm kneeling down, and I'm taking out a sextant because I need a item of 25 gold or sacrificial of something for my goddess, and she's the goddess of navigation, so I figured my sextant would be equivalent. So I'm praying to Saloon, and I'm like, Saloon, I don't know what to do. I need your guidance right now. How can we somehow get Pith and Thrillian and have Arendelle gone with his bigotry and such? Is there a way in that we can get in there and change the rules of Thrillian? And then just holding up the sextant.
The sextant is consumed. It disappears in a blinding light. Anybody around you, if you satyr stop and look over at you and they see this thing just disappear, your head snaps back in a familiar fashion to what we may have witnessed before. Once upon a time, a long time ago. Your eyes glaze over white, and you see very briefly a hand reach out to you, a very dark-skinned hand. You maybe reach a hand forward, and you grip it, and then suddenly you're able to see the form of the Asima that you met previously, Tazari.
Oh shit! Damn! Here we go.
She looks at you and says, "Well, we have much to discuss," and that is where we end today's session.
No! Come on! You can't end it on that! What the heck?
I knew that was gonna happen. I knew it.
I fucking knew it too. As soon as he said,
Right.
as soon as he goes, your head snaps back. I was like, he's gonna fucking end it.
He's gonna end it, man. Always the cliffhanger. Sucking.
Always
There's a fucking
cliff.
lot to take in this
Dude,
episode.
this episode was like 5 episodes in one.
There was like packed with information this episode. So much happened.
I believe it was a very emotional for.
It
I had
was
to
very
bring
heated.
forward some
People
Very
didn't-
heated.
Yeah.
There were people in the chat who were like, "Are they really getting
Are
mad
they
at each
Yo,
other?"
did you see that? People were like,
And I was like, "No."
are they fucking mad
I
at each
wanted
other?
to like
Here's the
type, but I
thing.
was like, in it.
Let me tell you, when I made Chaplain, I
We're
was
doing
like,
it right.
I'm gonna make a lawful good character. All right, and so I'm gonna keep the because I was the most experienced player.